We're not rolling, are we? It's okay if we're not. I just wanted to. Okay, we are. So we're testing the audio. 1, 2. Testing the audio on YouTube. Hopefully everything's working. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Okay. It sounds corrupted on my playback, but. One, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2. Audio check 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Okay, it's just mine. Okay, if you're joining us on our YouTube channel, we have not yet joined our radio, but we'll give you a little bit of rundown of what we're going to talk about. Hopefully it's going to be able to pick up the interview with Coach Wheeler that we were able to talk to him on Tuesday of this week. I'll tell you that Coach Wheeler is very excited about the season, excited about this matchup. I talked to him off the air a little bit about, what goes into what defense you guys run, because it always seems to change. And he says we adapt it to our personnel, and sometimes we have to change it on the fly. He takes a lot of pride in the fact that he can do that on the fly, without high pads, anything like that. He says they've had to change, from game to game at times because just to fit their personnel. I also talked to him about, I said, hey, do the kids realize that this is a rivalry? Because it's never been, the biggest rivalry for fans. And he said, not sure. He says, but he says probably what helps it become more of a rivalry for kids is that all the kids know each other, living close enough where they play each other when they're younger and things like that. So he says, look, they connect on social media. They know each other, so that may help it a little bit. And so we didn't talk about that on the air, but it was some interesting things. Sometimes the best interview that I do with Coach Wheeler is after we shut off the microphone. And so that's always kind of interesting about that. And, I stopped short of asking him, hey, does this game not mean anything? Because when you talk about making the state playoffs, the first 3 games don't mean anything, but it does mean a lot, because, you're playing. And so that always means something. But you can go 3-0, 0-3, doesn't matter. But it does tell you a lot about your team. So it's always good to play these games with teams that are kind of close by. Of course, the last few years, Russellville playing Greenbrier and keeping that up even after they left our conference. That's always good. And Sylvan Hills is going to be our 3rd one. We signed a 2-year deal, and so after this year, we're not sure if Sylvan Hills is actually going to be on next year or not. We know the conference is going to change. Everybody, if you heard a lot of rejoicing during the summer, that was because Greenwood is actually moving down to 5A after this year, and so we won't have to see them for at least 2 years in our conference anymore. And 5A being upset, and everybody in 6A is excited about that. But their enrollment went down, and so I think secretly they actually wanted to move up to 7A, and that's kind of shown by their non-conference schedule. They're playing Bentonville West tonight, and we're going to do this hopefully during the matchup, but when we're talking about the pregame show. But there's a lot of games, because it's not just interconference. When we look at our conference tonight. Bentonville West is at Greenwood. They played last year, and Greenwood blew them out. Silent Springs hosting Heritage. That was a big game last year because Silent Springs stopped that losing streak. But you have two big rivalries, of course, involving conference teams, but it has no bearing on the conference. But don't tell them that these games don't mean anything. You have the Battle of the Bone between Alma and Van Buren, the Airedales against the Pointers. That's a long-time rivalry and maybe one of the most fiercest rivalries there in the state. Fort Smith Northside and Fort Smith Southside. I remember when that was a conference game and it meant a lot. It's been the last game of the year before. Now it's been the first game of the year. Northside with a brand new head coach who has been around college quite a bit. Actually coached defensive backs at Arkansas Tech for a couple years. Southside's in our conference, but they open with Northside, and I guarantee you that's a big game for them. We'll also be keeping our eye on a big game across the state, Benton against Bryant. That game had been played at War Memorial for a long time. They move it back to a high school. They said just having their people not having to travel to Little Rock, a little bit of a safety issue at times, and so Benton's going to host it. That game, this is how big that game is. It's on pay-per-view. And but they've done that the last few years, even hosting it at War Memorial, put it on pay-per-view. And then we'll also be keeping our eye on Greenbrier against Warren. Not a big rivalry. It's just that we're playing Greenbrier, playing host to them next week right here at Cyclone Stadium. This is week 0. Russellville will play the first 3 games and then have a week off before conference. And so you look at the Cyclones, of course, playing Morrilton tonight, Greenbrier here next week, and then Sylvan Hills. They have a week off before they start conference play, and they'll be starting conference play this year at Van Buren. They go at Van Buren, home against Greenwood, at Mountain Home, Shiloh Christian here, and then they go on the road 2 weeks in a row, Southside and Silent Springs. They close the year at Lake Hamilton right here at Cyclone Stadium. We're still a few minutes away from our pregame show, trying to work through some bugs on the radio side, but it's good to know that everything's working here, and appreciate you joining us. So we're ready for some Cyclone football tonight.
Check. Hey, Mick, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have you turned up.
Trying to solve a little issue here.
Okay.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Again, we're still trying to work on the radio side of this. Of course, we're streaming both to KCJC 102.3 and also streaming here on Cyclone Booth. If you're watching us on Cyclone Booth, that's good. We're not on the radio just yet. hope to at least get going before the kickoff. I talked a little bit about our conference teams in action. Let's look around the valley. Dardanelle, number 1 in Class 4A. How about that, preseason number 1? They are hosting Hall STEM. Lamar's at Huntsville. There's some radio back for us. Lamar's at Huntsville. Heber Springs, number 14, at Pottsville. And Hootens has Pottsville picked in that game. Dover's at Lavaca. Perryville's at Atkins. Waldron is at Paris. Hector has a bye tonight. Of course, Russellville hosting Morrilton. It's a 96 meeting between these two teams. Morrilton has not won at Cyclone Stadium since 2000. Now, technically, they did beat Russellville in 2004, but that game was actually part of the Hootens Kickoff Classic, and that was played at Arkansas Tech. I'm sorry, that was 05. They played the Hootens Kickoff Classic at Arkansas Tech in 04 and 05. Russellville won in 04, and Morrilton won the game in 05. But here at Cyclone Stadium, it's been 25 years since Morrilton's won here, which stands to reason they haven't won back-to-back games in 25 years. That's true. Russellville leads the all-time series, 58 wins, 34 losses, and 3 ties. Not just the 96th meeting, it's the 68th consecutive meeting. Of course, I gave you that record, but there's a dispute about that 1928 game. Morrilton has won 2 state championships. They won 71 and 73, and then they most recent one in 2013. Of course, Russellville's won a couple, 1933 and 2016. Russellville lost last year 35-30. Looks like a close game. It looked like a blowout. Russellville was down 35-10 heading into the fourth quarter. A furious comeback by the Cyclones. They scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, actually had the ball down 5 and turned the ball over on downs. I went back and looked at those statistics and how statistics lie. Russellville won in every single statistical category except the scoreboard. They had less turnovers. They had more rushing yards, more passing yards. They had time of possession. They had better drive start. I mean, everything looked Russellville's way except that dadgum scoreboard when they lost by 5 points. Devil Dogs are led by Cody McNabb. He's a Mountain Home graduate. He's in his 15th season at Morrilton. Has 98 wins. Now, here's a little thing about this that I can tell our home folk. If you ask Morrilton, they say he's got 102 wins. But if you ask anyone in the state, he's got 98 because they had to vacate 4 wins a few years ago. Well, Morrilton still, they count those victories. And so they actually celebrated his 100th victory last year, even though as far as state's concerned, he's got 98. What do you do in that situation? If you have to lose 4 games, do you take them away? I was confused, but they actually celebrated that victory in a win at Harrison last year. They went on the road back-to-back weeks at Harrison, at Farmington. They were 9-3 last year and really kind of faltered near the end. Did make it to the second round of the state playoffs, though. Lost in overtime to Valley View, 49-42. Of course, you know, McNabb was here, and so we always talked about knowing each other when Jeff Holt was here because he was assistant under Coach Holt. He knows Dave Wheeler. In fact, he coached under Dave Wheeler at Arkansas Tech, so he's familiar with this area not just from being here, but with Coach Wheeler. Of course, this is Coach Wheeler's first head coaching job
giving patients a beautiful
at high school. He's coached. He's been a head coach before at a community college. Coach Wheeler came to us this most recent time from Rogers. He was a defensive coordinator there. He was defensive coordinator at Bentonville West the year before. But he was a defensive coordinator at Arkansas Tech from 03 to 06, back when they went to the Division II playoffs in 2004. They got to the second round, won 10 games that year. He initially came to Russellville as a defensive coordinator for Jeff Holt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And in 2014, kept on by Billy Dawson. Of course, won state 2016, left with Dawson when Billy Dawson headed to Fayetteville. Wheeler previously coached. Boy, you look at his resume. I mean, think about this resume. I mean, not that you were just at Arkansas Tech. He was a defensive assistant at Ole Miss. He was a defensive coordinator at Tech, as we mentioned. He was assistant at Western Illinois, Southwest Baptist, West Georgia, and also the head coach at Hutchinson Community College. He coached at UCA. He got his bachelor's degree from Northwest Missouri and his master's from Western Illinois. He's well-traveled. And I've heard that there's a room in his house where he has a helmet of every place he's ever coached. And that'd be kind of cool to see.
70, Carson Harris. This will be hosted at Benton High School, and it should be really fun to watch.
Our radio side has been pushed back a little bit, so I'm going to go over some of the stuff that we were going to talk about on the radio side. We talk about last year, Russellville got into the playoffs as a 5 seed, 3-4 in the conference, 5-5 overall. Ended up going to El Dorado in the first round, lost, but just lost by a touchdown, 38-31. And supposed to have Lucas Stokes in at quarterback, but he is out for the season with a knee injury. So Marcellus Olson will be the quarterback for the Cyclones. He was the leading rusher as far as yards go, leading receiver as far as yards go last year. So he takes over at quarterback. He's played there before, back in 9th grade. He would play the first half, and Stokes, who was an 8th grader, would come up and play the second half. So, but he does have experience at that. But Russell, a lot of skill weapons this year.
And in the defensive backfield for Jeremiah Small.
And then the defense, of course, what can you say? They're going to circle in a lot of players in and out, highlighted by a couple of big hitters. One, Ethan Haney, number 6. He started some games his sophomore year. Jackson Booker, number 45. Nicholas Hallmark, number 47, whose brother Ben is playing for UCA. They played last night against Missouri. Hey, do y'all remember Travion Traylor? He signed with Northwest Missouri. He actually transferred to UCA and is getting to play there. So
Samario Hibbler, 24. Evan Stovall, 45. Jackson.
we have our coaches show going right now on the radio side. We're going to turn that up here in a minute so you can hear Coach Wheeler. We don't want to do that over the national anthem and all that, so we may pot that down. But we always like for you to get a chance to hear Coach Wheeler talk about that. Actually, the first question, just in case we missed it, I asked him about his changes in the offseason. And, of course, they knew in the offseason they were going to be without Lucas Stokes, and so they've had to change that. But did not have much on the coaching changes. I mean, the previous year you had to hire offensive coordinator Chris Gunter, who came to us from BB. Of course, he's got some defensive assistants, but Coach Wheeler's always been the defensive coordinator. Here we go. Is Coach Wheeler talking?
Off-season summer and stuff. So that's really made us look at things differently. Made our approach different on, where we think we can attack people and how we're going to use the guys we do have. And when you do that, you're looking for an edge. And right now, we're not 100% sure where our identity is, but that last scrimmage with Rogers and Cabot helped some kind of identify kind of what we were hoping to see or what we were trying to lean on. So going into this week, it's going to be even more so, putting the stress on defenses by adding formations, adding tight ends and different things to the end of the line of scrimmage, adding gaps, make defenses more responsible for more gaps than what they're normally used to. And hopefully throughout a game you do enough of that, enough snaps of that, we're going to make them wrong enough, and here and there where our running backs can split them. I think that's really what I'd say our biggest change has just been from the standpoint of having to figure out something different. We come up with this. So
Morrilton has the best quarterback they've had in years. No offense to him, it's not the best quarterback you guys have faced in the last couple of years, and maybe not best in our conference. So that's nothing new to you guys. What do you see from him that's different or same than what you see in the 6A West?
Well, he's man, that kid's a really, really good player. He's if it wasn't for the Greenwood kid, I'd say he might be the best one we see all year. But obviously the Archer kid's just unique when it comes to high school football. But this kid's really good. He's special. I mean, he's had a bunch of offers on the table, and so he's got his pick of the litter where he wants to go to college and play college football. But preparing for him is difficult, but the weapons that he has, all them receivers and all them running backs they had last year, they're all back. They didn't lose a single skill kid. They're all back. So that, to me, is the challenge for us, is not as good as the quarterback is, and that is a big challenge. It's really dealing with all those skill kids and all the experience they have, the confidence they have. You know, they won a lot of ball games. They scored a lot of points. They're good at what they do. Quarterback puts it on the money. Those guys can run with it after they catch it, and they play with confidence because they had a lot of success in 5A last year. And you know,
we're going to pot down the coaches show so we can honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Russellville High School marching band.
Please remain standing and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now a moment of silence and salute to our nation, our school, and all of our student athletes participating in tonight's game. Thank you. The colors have been presented by the Russellville JROTC program. Please remain standing as the flags depart the field.
Some hearts are sure to be
And now
broken.
the
All
Morrilton
the
Devil
athletes
Dog
will learn.
alma mater.
To all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
Welcome back to the Cyclone pregame show. It's the 96th meeting between Russellville and Morrilton. That's the most matchups of any opponent for Russellville. Conway is second on that list with 91. The Cyclones lead the all-time series with the Devil Dogs, 58 wins, 34 losses, and 3 ties. And like all good rivalries, it's had its share of controversies. In 1928, the game was recorded as a 1-0 forfeit loss by Russellville. Russellville counts it as a loss for Morrilton. Head coach Wallace Bailey at the time and his Cyclone team had arrived in Morrilton by train, and due to a misunderstanding, Morrilton school officials had not arranged for his Cyclones to transport from the train to the playing field in Morrilton. So Coach Bailey and the Cyclones returned to Russellville on the next westbound train. Russellville's first ever football game was a 7-0 win over Morrilton back in 1906. 96 meeting between these two teams. It's also the 68th consecutive season that these two teams have met, and it's the 120th season of Cyclone football kicking off tonight. Coming up next, we'll preview this matchup from Cyclone Stadium. This is the Cyclone pregame show on KCJC and EAB Sports.
Russellville Cyclone football is brought to you on River Country KCJC in part by Nice Campers, Ritter, First State Bank, by Lathis Realty, Congressman Bruce Westerman, Arkansas Tech University, Chicken Mart by Union Bank, River Valley Tinting and Glass, Huntington Learning Center, Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Feltner's Athletes Corner, Arkansas Beauty College, Phil Wright Autoplex, Arkansas Tire and Auto, Gene Simple Treats, Russellville School District, Sorrel's Body Shop, Honda of Russellville, Chambers Bank, R&R Express, Stella Manor, and by Dr. Blaine Leeds DDS. Russellville Cyclone football on River Country KCJC.
Welcome, friends. We're coming to you live from Cyclone Stadium in Russellville, where it's sunny, 75 degrees. Conditions are perfect for some Cyclone football. I'm Mickey Duval. As we continue our pregame show, I want to tell you that we're at the Lathis radio broadcast booth and live stream booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Lathis Realty. And we welcome if you're listening to us on 102.3 KCJC or watching our live stream on Cyclone Booth YouTube page. Remember, you can get all this info through the EAB app, free app on your phone. I'm Mickey Duval. My color man tonight is Aaron Duval. Media team is Chase Canfield and Maggie Canfield. Engineer producer tonight is Stephen Berry. And we're ready for the 120th season of Cyclone football, kicking off tonight as Russellville takes on Morrilton for the 96th time, 68 consecutive time. And I turn to my color man for tonight's Rocks forecast. What do you think about tonight's game?
Well, it's good to be with you for this first game of the season. And tonight we have a strong opponent for the first game, starting with their quarterback, Maddox Berry. For the Cyclones, we've got a lot of new personnel at new positions. And to me, this first game in any season, but this one especially, is a game of wanting to see if our spring and summer programs were effective. We're wanting to see if we've got the right people in the right position. We're wanting to see what our strong points are and looking at our weak points so we can improve on that. The last thing, we're wanting to see how big our heart is. Can we play over our weak points, and can we play with our strong points? And many times I've said in the games, we have got to play our game tonight, and we've got to play our position. And what I'm going to be watching is our defense as it goes against this strong quarterback from Morrilton. He's 6'3". They say he's 195 pounds. Pretty good sized young lad. I was watching him warm up. He's got a strong passing arm, and it'll be interesting to see how our defense measures up to him.
Yeah, he threw for 57 touchdowns last year, 11 against Farmington, and they weren't running up the score. They actually lost that game 78-75, and it didn't go to overtime. Throw 11 touchdowns in a non-overtime game, lose by 3 points. He's the real deal. He's committed to UCA. He was an all-state player last year, throwing for over 4,200 yards. We're going to take a break, come back with more. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The ATU Admissions Office invites all River Valley High School students to attend the ARC-ACRO College Planning Program on Thursday, September 18th, located at Tucker Coliseum from 9 to 11 a.m. Learn more about college, vocational, and technical schools and military branches all under one roof. Meet with representatives and gather resources to help you map out your future. Whether you're interested in academic pathways, training programs, or a career in the armed forces, this event has something for you. For more information, call us at 479-968-0343.
Are you working hard to feed your family on a budget? Visit Chicken Mart to get all your Crispitos, pizza sticks, restaurant quality chicken nuggets, strips, wings, and fries all in one stop, and lots of opportunity purchases that are so good they may never come back. Check out Chicken Mart in 2 convenient locations before you go grocery shopping and see what they have for your family. Chicken Mart's been serving the River Valley since 1983 and still going strong. Visit 1808 South Arkansas Avenue or 106 Weir Road in Russellville. Chicken Mart, your chicken and more store.
At Union Bank in Russellville, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. We know your name, your story, and we're here to help you write the next chapter. Big banks treat you like a number, we treat you like family. Our Union team is right here with you, local, trusted, and always personal, offering a wide array of accounts designed for your lifestyle and with all the latest digital banking tools. Union Bank. Come see us downtown in the 500 building. Jason McGee and Jeff Smith are rooted in Russellville and focused on you. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
KCJC Dardanelle, Russellville. River Country, KCJC.
An EAB Media Group radio station.
In this week 0, it's a full slate of games for the 6A West. Of course, no conference games, but everybody playing tonight. Mountain Home is at West Plains, Missouri. Their coach, Coach Airy, actually coached both places. Last year, Mountain Home won easily 43-21. Bentonville West visits Greenwood. Greenwood hung 70 on them last year in a victory for the Bulldogs. Silent Springs is hosting Heritage. Silent won last year, snapping their 27-game losing streak. The Battle of the Bone. Van Buren's won 6 of the last 7 over Alma. They host Alma tonight. Lakeside defeated Lake Hamilton by 2 last year. Lake Hamilton hoping to get revenge on that as they host Hot Springs Lakeside. And a big rivalry. Fort Smith Northside is at Fort Smith Southside. Northside leads the series, but it's within 8 games, and Southside has actually won the last 2. Northside has a new head coach this year. Of course, Southside, this will be the second year that they're in our conference. Our conference changes every 2 years because of the adjustments, and next year we will not have Greenwood in our conference because they will actually be dropping down to 5A for at least 2 years because of losing some enrollment. And so we don't know what's going to change a little bit, but like I said, a lot of people happy about that Greenwood moving out of the 6A, not just around in our conference, even across the state. They are actually the favorites to win again. It looks like they're talking about 6A West Final is the everybody's preseason picks, as it's looking like what they're saying. They expect it to be Shiloh Christian against Greenwood. In the Valley, Dardanelle is at Hall Stem, Lamar at Huntsville, Heber Springs is at Pottsville tonight, Dover at Lavaca, Perryville at Atkins, Paris hosting Waldron. Hector has a bye tonight. We're about ready for some Cyclone football. They're getting ready to do the meeting at midfield for the coin toss. So we're going to take a final break, be back with the kickoff. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
It's John here at Huntington Learning Center in Russellville, and I'm excited to share how we're making a real difference for families right here in the River Valley. Parents are saying things to us like, my child is finally excited to learn again. Whether your student needs to catch up, stay sharp, or boost a good ACT score even higher, Huntington's personalized programs can help them thrive.
Call Huntington Learning Center at 1-800-CAN-LEARN or visit huntingtonhelps.com today.
Back at the Farmers Co-op, and Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, whenever we're thinking about the Farmers Co-op, it's that variety that people love and the great selection that they'll find at their local co-op, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
That's true. We have all the items for the farm and ranch, but we also have lawn and garden, pet supplies, just a very wide variety of products.
The Farmers Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
Welcome back. They are doing the coin toss at midfield. Russellville in all black tonight. Morrilton in all white tonight. The captains for Russellville, name few of them. Number 97, Julio Lopez. Number 70, Carson Harris, who's starting on the offensive line. 3-year starter as he starts his senior year. Ladarius Prince, number 1. Number 11, Danny Brown. Number 18, Ty Groff. And also number 96, Max Mitchell. Those 6 seniors, and 4 goes out there for the coin toss to up against Morrilton. Landon Boyer, number 36 for Morrilton. Also Maddox Berry, number 18. He's their main guy. 746 yards passing against Farmington in that 78-75 loss last year. He holds every single season passing record at Morrilton. And he did set that last year with over 4,200 passing yards and 57 touchdowns. Remember when they were more of a ball control offense? That's not the case anymore. We welcome you at Cyclone Stadium, the Olathe Realty broadcast booth. Time for a Cyclone Watch. What's on the radar for Russellville? You heard Coach Wheeler talk about it. Limit the big plays. He said, everybody talks about stopping the run, but he has found that you got to limit the big plays. For Morrilton, they said they had problems tackling last year, especially in that Farmington game, and that was one of the things that's not really evident in a Cody McGabb coach defense. And so that's one of the things they were looking to improve on for this year. We're ready for some Cyclone football. The clock is down at 0. They've set it to 12 now. But neither team has run out on the field. Morrilton's waiting. Russellville hasn't even come out of the indoor facility yet. And so we may be delayed a little bit for our start time. So I tell you what, we're going to take about a 60-second break and then be back with the kickoff. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Feltner's Athletes Corner Moonlight Madness sale is now in progress. Save half off or more on footwear from Nike, Asics, Brooks, New Balance, Keen, and Chaco. Save half off or more on apparel from the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Mountain Khaki, Kavoo, Under Armour, Nike, and many more. Feltner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main Street in Russellville. Open 9:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday. All sales during this special savings event are final.
You know, back here at Cyclone Stadium, I saw something kind of funny. The officials were trying to get our cheerleaders and dance team off the field, and they didn't realize Russellville had not even come on the field yet. They were still at the indoor facility, and the guy was clapping at him and said, "Hey, you get out of the field." And the guy in the white hat said, "Hey, look, they're still not even on the field yet." And the Cyclone's about to run through the inflated helmet and come out onto the field. You saw the coin toss that happened. What happened with the coin toss?
Well, Russellville won the toss. They decided to defer to the second half. They are going to be, Russellville is going to be defending the south end zone, and Morrilton will receive the ball this first half, and they're going to be traveling from north to south.
Flag at half at staff tonight, and really don't see any wind. So Russellville will be defending south end zone. That's Cyclone Hill, and still a little bit of sun picking up over the stadium. That will be in effect probably for the first quarter or so. But Russellville will be kicking off and handling the kickoff duties. Of course, the Cyclones will be number 27, Jesus Perez, who as a sophomore last year handled all the kicking duties as far as place kicking off. He punted a little bit. Usually only pooch kicks get it down in the end zone, but he's going to be handling all the kicking duties, even punting this year. Last year was perfect on PATs and 7 of 9 on field goals. His longest that he made was 44 yards, but he's got a much bigger leg than that. Cyclones again in their all black uniforms with red numbers, white trim. Morrilton in all white with their maroon helmets and the gray M on the side of their helmet. They want Jamarcus Standridge, number 15, to return, but they've got about 2 or 3 good return guys along with him. Back there is Giovanni Santos, number 2, and we'll see. Jesus can kick it just about anywhere he wants. He shades the left hash mark, and we're ready for some Cyclone football. Kickoff, he'll boot this one, and this is going to cross the goal line. Automatic touchback as it was caught back there by Standridge. And I tell you, almost always, Jesus can do that whenever he wants, especially when there's no wind. Of course, he's on the soccer team, and he just added his second state championship ring. As the soccer team has won 4 in a row, and he's been there for the last 2 of those. Okay, Maddox Berry, number 18. Keaton Robinson is our main running back, number 21. He actually broke his leg in this game last year. He came back, played the final 6 games, scored 5 touchdowns, and he is actually lined up as the inside wide receivers. They go 5 wide, empty backfield for Maddox Berry. They do this, it's usually a quick toss. And Russellville, just 1 lineman down, but they're going to bring pressure and look at across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete as he was going for Jamarcus Standridge, but he heard footsteps.
He did. We didn't get to him, but we were in his face more than one Cyclone, so good defense on that play.
Nicholas Hallmark was the one. He had lined up and came from a blitzing position, number 47. Get used to that because he can blitz from just about anywhere. Okay, so 2nd and 10 for Morrilton. Now they have a running back there. Basically back for pressure. They're going to throw to the sideline. Great coverage there as it's an incomplete pass. Over there covering for Russellville's number 10, Sam Callahan, as they were going for number 19, Dante Cox.
He stayed right with the receivers, stayed on the inside, and very difficult to complete that pass.
Yeah, Dante Cox, one of their 2 receivers who had 1,000 yards receiving last year. Russellville late change here as it's 3rd and 10. Morrilton going quickly. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Russellville looked like they were coming down to blitz from the corner, as that's Ethan Haney along the top of the screen there, but he did not get in the neutral zone. Haney can play anywhere. He can play safety, linebacker. He's put on some weight this year, two-play linebacker. He's going to stay and bring a delayed pressure. He's going to flush Berry, and there's a flag down. It's going to be a hold. Berry is going to get close to a first down. I think he may have gotten it, but that's coming back. That's a hold that they caught along the left side of the Morrilton line, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they drug our player down, so it's pretty obvious. Yeah, it's a hold.
Yeah, the man in the white hat threw that. The flag is back at the 14-yard line, and he threw it along the left side. Haney came from the top on a delayed blitz. He basically flushed the quarterback, Maddox Berry, out of the right side. So 2 incompletions, and then a penalty on Morrilton. And they're going to put it back at the 10-yard line. I think this is a new rule this year. Any hold in the backfield is still going to be marked from the line of scrimmage. That'll be a change. So it's 3rd down and 20 for the Devil Dogs. First drive of the game. They need to get to their own 30 for a first down. Keaton Robinson, the running back. They're going to hand it off to him on the draw play, and he'll get 5 yards. That's kind of a give-up play. We got to get some yards for our punter. And so Russellville's defense has held as Keaton Robinson well short of the first down there.
That's a good series for our defense.
Yeah, I don't mean that bad against Coach McNabb when I say it's a give-up play, but that's what it is. Hey, we don't want to be snapping this deep in our own end. And Russellville has held. Jeremiah Smallwood, one of their defensive backs and wide receivers, is on to punt. He's going to run to the right and kick this one kind of rugby style. It's going to hit and roll into Cyclone territory, and they will down it at the Cyclone 46-yard line.
Good position, field position for the Cyclones to begin their first offensive play.
Well, and it was a good job back there by the Cyclones. I think that was Samario Hibbler. I think that was him, and he did a good job not trying to field that because he kind of lost his footing. Hey, just let it go because it was only a 39-yard punt. And Russellville, great field position as they start 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Okay, now we'll see. New offensive look for the Cyclones as they have Marcellus Olson. Look at this. 4 linemen, and they're lined up at the wide receiver area. Marcellus Olson, number 0. They have the right side of the line intact, and now in motion for the Cyclones is Sam Callahan. Fumbled snap, and Morrilton's going to cover it at the 44-yard line. I say in motion, that was Hibbler, and the Cyclones on their first offensive play have a fumble. I didn't see what happened. Did the snap not get there to him? I never saw it.
No, it got, I think he took off. He just didn't have control of the ball.
First down and 10 at the 42-yard line for Morrilton.
So Morrilton recovers the fumble at the Cyclone 42-yard line. Sudden change. Got to be ready. They may be attacking deep here. A lot of teams like to do that. And we'll see. No, they're going to hand it straight up the middle, and he's going to go the distance. Right up the gut for the touchdown. Well, you figure it's the time to throw the bomb. No, they just hand it off. And it's Criswell, Braylon Criswell, the backup running back that goes 42 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, they didn't have a hand on him. Just have to give Morrilton credit. That's a good call by their offensive coach.
6-0 Morrilton. After the fumble by the Cyclones on their first offensive play, they go 42 yards in one play on the give up the middle of Braylon Criswell. And Criswell, actually, he's been at Little Rock Christian for the last few years. He returns to Morrilton, and they're going to try for the extra point. Aaron Eklaz, and it's blown dead. Russellville blocked it, but it was blown dead long before that happened, and I don't see a flag out there. They had just blown it dead. There's a flag. I don't see it.
We jumped in the neutral zone.
Okay, and now they're checking with Coach McNabb. Sometimes you don't want to get closer because it hurts the angle, or sometimes you say, hey, you want to go for 2. If you do, you can actually get to move it to whatever hash mark you want.
And the Devil Dogs will.
They do mark it a yard and a half. And now we'll wait for the extra point. The extra point is up, and it's good. 7-0 Morrilton leads. We'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
A career in cosmetology is one where your success depends on you. But did you know cosmetology is more than just hair? If you want to do manicures and pedicures only, ask about the Nail Tech program at Arkansas Beauty College so you can provide high-quality manis and pedis to your clients. Arkansas Beauty College is also ACCSC accredited, so financial aid is available to those who qualify. To learn more, call Arkansas Beauty College at 968-3075 today. Earnings are according to the clients you build.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, we're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Cyclones trailing 7-0. Morrilton's second possession. They go 42 yards in one play on the handoff, not the passing. In fact, they've not completed a pass yet, but they lead 7-0. Three-step walk-up for the kickoff. And it's going to be fielded by Hibbler at the 21-yard line. He's across the 30 there, and he'll plow forward to about the 34-yard line and pick up a 13 yards on the return by Samario Hibbler. And we'll see. Hopefully, Russellville will have a better look. Their first offensive possession ended in a fumble on the first play. Looked like a trick play as you had the left side of the offensive line lined up where the wide receivers are, the right side intact. And a fumble led to Morrilton recovering, and on the sudden change, they turned it into points on the first play. Russellville will start at their own 34-yard line. Wide receiver at the far side, Jerron Brown, was not listed as a starter. I knew wouldn't take long before he's out there. I had 153 yards receiving last year. Two receivers to the left, actually one going in motion. That's Callahan. He's going to line up right next to Marcellus Olson on the left side. Olson is going to run, fake the toss to keep it himself. He's got some room. He's at midfield, down the sideline, cuts it back up at the 40, 35, cutting across the field, the 25, angling. No, he's going to cut back towards the middle, sidesteps a man at the 15 inside the 10-yard line. And let's see, did a fumble? No fumble. They say he was down at the 10-yard line.
Well, just before he crossed the line of scrimmage, he faked a little pass that froze the defense, and that opened up the outside, and he took off.
And that's what Marcellus Olson brings you. Not as good a thrower as Lucas Stokes, but boy, he is shifty, very fast, quick, and he can make big plays happen. He goes 56 yards there, flips the field from the 34 down to the 10, and the Cyclones have it first down. And they're going to say the nose of the football resting just inside or right on the 10-yard line. That's important. That means Russellville cannot get a first down. Trailing 7-0, but looking to answer here. Olson, empty backfield, no man in motion. Going to fake it to him. No, they're going to give it to him. This is Hibbler running. He's going to put his foot in the ground and be spun down. That's Callahan, number 10. And he'll lose 4 yards back to the 14.
Callahan on the carry.
This Morrilton defense is pretty fast. It's going to be hard to get to the outside just with a straight handoff.
Yeah, and the Cyclones did that kind of a fly sweep. They're fast themselves, but, yeah, like you said, that was sniffed out by Morrilton. The short side of the field's the left side. Second down and goal from the 13 is where they mark it. Ladarius Prince is the running back. Nicholas Hallmark, the S-back. Maybe a busted play. No, he's going to roll out. He's going to throw. He's got Hallmark at the 10, the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. 13-yard touchdown pass from Olson to number 47, Nicholas Hallmark. His second career reception, first one of the season.
That pass was perfect. It was high. You could not intercept that pass. Hallmark brought it down and did a great run getting into the end zone.
Well, it looked like a busted play to me only because he faked the handoff. But no, they faked it to Ladarius and rolled out, brought pressure, but they had the little middle screen set up. Let's see the swinging gate. Let's see if they do this. We were warned they may try to do that. They do. They snap it to the side and into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That's Juju Thompson in for the score, and the Cyclones lead it 8-7. We're going to take a break. 9:15 left to play here in the first quarter. Russellville leads by a point. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
66-yard drive.
Historic downtown, surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
Welcome to the Gene Simple Treats Sugar Dome. Our reigning champ, the Salted Caramel Cupcake, is about to be awarded the belt for most delicious. But wait, what's this? It's the Triple Threat Cupcake from the top row. He's got the pin. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new champ. The Triple Threat Cupcake. Gluten-free, sugar-free, and keto-friendly. So remember Gene Simple Treats by Stovey's on Parkway. They make your life sweeter even if you can't have sugar by providing delicious and memorable treats for all occasions.
The Cyclones lead at 8-7 here. 9:15 left to play here in the first quarter. A lot of fireworks here. We've seen a turnover, a couple long runs, one by each team, and a 2-point conversion off the swinging gate. Here's the kickoff by Perez. It's going to cross into the end zone. They bobble it back in the end zone, but again, as soon as it crosses that goal line, it's a dead ball. Russellville leading it 8-7.
Perez is showing a strong leg so far. I mean, that ball was high, but it was hit very deep.
The Cyclones go 66 yards in 3 plays. Marcellus Olson Patton, the 13-yard touchdown pass to Nick Hallmark, and 2-point conversion, the rush by Julius Thompson. But it was the big run by Olson of 56 yards that flipped the field and gave Russellville the ball down deep in Morrilton territory. The Cyclones lead at 8-7. We'll see what Morrilton comes out with. Maddox Berry, who's yet to complete a pass, sees a man in motion. He's got 3 wide receivers to his left. He's going to hand it off to Keaton Robinson. No, that's Braylon Criswell, and he is swallowed up before getting back to the line of scrimmage. Criswell is the one that had that big touchdown run. Keaton Robinson, number 21, is the regular starting running back. Again, broke his leg in this game last year, did come back in the last 6 games to rush for just under 300 yards. Criswell moving back to Morrilton after being at Little Rock Christian for the last 3 years. He's still the running back, 2 receivers to each side. Barry rolling to his right on second down and long, going to throw this too high there as he's trying to go to Jamarcus Standridge, and he may be rattled a little bit because that first pass, Hallmark was in his face and threw that one high off the run.
Well, they're putting enough pressure on him. He's like you said earlier, he's hearing footsteps, and that will rush a passer to throw it high to his receivers.
I only say that because he's really good. He's going to UCA next year, and he can throw on the run a little bit. This is 3rd down and 11. When they had 3rd and long last time, they handed off, but it was 3rd and 20 at the time. Standridge, the man in motion. There'll be 3 receivers on the left side of Barry. He's looking there, looks back right. He's got a man open, and it's going to be incomplete. And a late flag coming in, but I think that's it. There was a little bit of contact, and then enough for incompletion. And let's see. It's going to be incompletion, but a flag against Russellville. This is not an automatic first down, but I can't remember if it's 10 or 15 yards, to be honest with you. It depends on if they call pass interference, a hold. If it's just a 10-yard penalty, it will not be enough for the first down. And the only automatic first downs in high school football is roughing.
Holding against Russellville.
It's going to be holding, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty.
And that'll be 3rd down and 1. Maybe not a bad hold there because you hate to give up those 10 yards, but that was man-on-man coverage, and if they catch that, there's nobody back, and they're taking it to the house. 3rd down and 1. They go shotgun all the time. Criswell, the running back, he's to the right of Maddox Berry, the quarterback. A man in motion to load that right side. Stopping at the S-back, and they are going to give it to Criswell, and he's going to plow his way forward, enough for the first down across the 30 to about the 32. First down for the Devil Dogs.
I think the first person to reach him was number 7, Flores. He's the first one to make contact, and then there was just gang tackling, which was good.
Braylon Criswell now 3 carries for 44 yards, but remember he got 42 of that on 1 play, and they're getting positive yards. Criswell will cross the 35 down at the 37. Pick up a 5 on that play.
Very deceptive runner. Not that fast, but he can cut on a dime. We've seen that tonight so far.
8-7, Russellville leading. They're going quickly here on 2nd down and 5. Berry back to pass. Plenty of time here, throwing across the middle. It's incomplete. We're going to get a flag on Russellville here. They were going for Jamarcus Standridge across the middle, and it's going to be a penalty on the Cyclones here. And this won't be an automatic first down, but it'll give them first down yardage. Russellville making a couple switches there. They like to switch in and out their defensive linemen. They actually took 2 out. We'll make sure we got 11 guys on there.
Holding against Russellville, 10-yard penalty.
There will be a 10-yard penalty at the 47. Russellville now penalized a couple times on this drive for 20 yards. First down and 10 for the Devil Dogs. Russellville leading 8-7. Empty backfield for Berry. That means 5 wide. Screen pass complete to Standards. They are trying to get him the ball, but it's blown dead. And it's thrown at the line, so somebody's in the neutral zone. It's going to be offsides against the Cyclones. Russellville is going to run out of toes here. They're shooting themselves in the foot on this drive. So it'll be first down and 5. They are trying to get the ball to number 15, Standridge. 50 catches last year. He was all conference with 1,049 yards receiving. And Russellville, that's the guy that we've held a couple times. Different formation, so doesn't look like the same play, but we'll see. On 1st and 5, they're going to hand off to Criswell. Maneuvering his way, he's going to be hit at the 45. He'll get an extra yard, be a yard shy of the first down.
Criswell on the carry. Virgil came up to
pick up a 4 yards. 2nd down and 1.
2nd down and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Second down and 1 for Morrilton. Looked like a low snap, but he was able to handle it and hand it off this time to Keaton Robinson, who's got the first down. He gets inside the 40 to the 39. Morrilton, not really their playbook to be this patient running team. They are getting up the line of scrimmage quickly, but so far been working for them. That's how they've been moving the football. They have 63 yards on the ground. They have not completed a pass yet. And now we have a timeout called by Coach Wheeler, and he is really upset on the sideline. We're going to take a quick break. Russellville leading 8-7 with 7:31 left to play here in the first quarter. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The Russellville School District is seeking bus drivers. Route drivers start at $30.38 per hour. Substitute drivers make $30.38 per hour on routes. RSD is also looking for trip and shuttle drivers, earning $15.45 per hour for the duration of the event, and bus monitors for $15 per hour. Drivers and monitors can receive teacher retirement, and drivers are eligible for insurance. RSD is a registered training site if you don't have your CDL. Apply online at the russellvilleschools.net transportation page.
Welcome back. Coach Wheeler likes to use those timeouts freely on defense in the first quarter, and he was upset. I don't know if we had enough men in there or didn't have the right personnel package in there. You know, so a lot of times he'll wear like a lime green baseball cap because he wants to differentiate. But this year coach is wearing camo hats, baseball hats, and his is a little bit different camo. But I guarantee you the players on defense know exactly where Coach Wheeler is. Russellville been penalized 3 times on this drive. It's first down and 10 for Morrilton at the Cyclone 39-yard line. Russellville leading 8-7 after that last touchdown drive and a 2-point conversion. This time, 2 men in the backfield. Now one motions out. It's a low snap, and again we have a flag down, and this is going to be a false start against Morrilton. Looked like they jumped a little bit.
Well, it looked like they were doing it first in their first series. It looked like that right tackle was jumping a little. I don't know if this is the one it was called on, but we'll take it.
That's their second penalty of 15 yards. It goes for 5, and they have it 1st and 15. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Maddox Berry. Last couple snaps low. This one on target. He's got the screen set up, complete for his first completed pass. Slipping a tackle, Standard stiff arms a man, breaking a tackle there, and he may go the distance. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Morrilton. That should have been about a 1-yard gain, and it turns into a 44-yard touchdown pass. I mean, that's great to pad the stats for Maddox Berry, but that was all Jamarcus Standridge. It was poorly blocked, but he broke a tackle, stiff arm, broke another tackle, and then was off to the races. 7:17 left to play here in the first quarter. The Cyclones trailing now 13-8. Aaron Eklaz on to try the extra point. Number 47. It's down. It's blocked by the Cyclones there. And I think that was Ethan Haney getting in there, coming from the side. He gets the block. Russellville trailing 13-8. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Since 1971, Sorrell's Body Shop's top priority has been customer satisfaction. The folks at Sorrell's get the job done right by providing their customers state-of-the-art equipment and highly skilled professional service technicians. The mission at Sorrell's is to deliver the most professional, ethical, highest quality service while giving back to their community every day. Sorrell's Body Shop, proudly supporting the Russellville school system. Go Cyclones.
Twist the throttle, tame the trails, power through tough jobs. Honda's Ride Red Summer Sales Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bikes. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side dents doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
Eklaz with the kickoff from Morrilton, fielded by Hibbler at the 22. He's across the 40, and breaking a tackle at the 43, gets all the way near midfield by Samario Hibbler.
Great run, very powerful run.
They're going to mark him at where? The 49-yard line. That's a 27-yard return for the kickoff by the sophomore Samario Hibbler. On that last drive for Morrilton, they go, let's see, they go 80 yards in 7 plays. Of course, helped out by some Cyclone penalties. Maddox Berry is going to go in the books as a 44-yard touchdown pass. Everybody's going to think it's a bomb. It was a little 1-yard screen pass, and Standridge broke 3 tackles with a stiff arm. The extra point was blocked by Ethan Haney, so 13-8 our score. Morrilton leading Cyclones after their second drive, which is a touchdown drive. A lot of motion here, trying to get set. Olsen with 6 seconds on the play clock. Out of the shotgun, he'll turn and hand it off. Ladarius Prince getting his first carry, and he's going to get a yard right to midfield.
Yeah, the opening was there for a moment, but Morrilton closed it up. Is right up the middle. It was a good call.
647 yards rushing for Ladarius' career. Got his first carry of this season. Had 454 last year as a junior. He's number 1. He's the main running back. Had the most carries, but Olsen had the most yards last year. On 2nd down and 9 for the Cyclones, right at midfield. And they were showing blitz, and we had a receiver take off running. And so that'll be on us. If you're a receiver and you jump, everybody's going to see it.
5-yard penalty.
I'll move us back 5 yards, 2nd down and 14. 4 penalties for 30 yards for the Cyclones. Both teams, you kind of expect that, on the first game of the season. You're always thinking penalties and miscues and things like that, not having the right personnel. I don't know how these teams do it when they start with a conference game. You see that in college a lot. You think you'd want to start with a non-conference game for that reason. And Russellville's going to hand off here on 2nd down and long, breaking a tackle at midfield. Driven backwards, though, is Sam Callahan. A big gain there, across midfield to the Morrilton 46.
Sam Callahan on the carry.
He picks up 9 yards. More manageable 3rd down and 5 after that big gain.
Yeah, a good blocking on that left side of that offensive line and pushing that defense back.
They gave him the 45-yard line, so it's a 10-yard pickup, 3rd down and 4. Cyclones milking the clock a little bit. That defense for Russellville has been out on the field a lot because of that turnover. And 11 plays for Morrilton on offense, 6 for us. And here's the 3rd down and 4. They're going to pull it and throw it across. It's knocked down, and that's an incomplete pass. He faked the handoff, and he tried to throw a quick slant there, but he was under pressure and sandwiched back there. He did a good job of getting a forward pass off. It goes in an incomplete pass, but that could have been disastrous for Russellville.
That offensive line staying out there.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and 4. Do you go for it and they're looking like they would go for it. I think it was Jeremiah Ross Thompson that was on that little quick slant. Yeah, Russellville looks like they're going to go for it. They need to get right at the Devil Dog 41-yard line for a first down. Devil Dogs run a 3-4. They like the pressure. They're going to shift on the line. They're going to go for it. Olsen's going to fake the pass. He's going to cut up, and he's got the first down leaning forward. He leans the ball across the 40. I don't think they're going to give him that. But they don't give him a great spot, but I think that's enough for a first down. I'm going to call it.
Yeah, I believe it is.
All right, there we go. Needed 4, got 4. Russellville has their second first down of the game. Both of them running by Marcellus Olsen. Cyclones trailing here 13-8. 5:36 left to play here in the first quarter. Go ahead.
I was going to say that little fake pass that he did turned the defensive man around, the defensive end, and he was able to pick up about 3 or 4 more yards.
If you watch SEC football, I think it was Nick Marshall, the guy that transferred from Georgia to Auburn, did that a lot, where he looked like he was about to run, and his option was to throw it forward. Russellville has done that quite a bit. Olsen's going to run the option play. Fake the pitch, cuts it back. He's got an opening at the middle. He's across the 30, breaks a tackle at the 25, driven forward by a Morrilton player to the 21-yard line. I love seeing the option, especially with this group of players. This is something, though, that Russellville did not show in the benefit game for good reason. They did not want Morrilton to see it. That goes for 21 yards by Marcellus Olsen. The Cyclones are in business at the Devil Dog 20-yard line as they enter the red zone.
Everybody on that Morrilton defense thought he was going to pitch it.
We should get a ketchup company to sponsor the red zone every time we enter it. Russellville entering it here as they get to the 20, first down and 10 for the Cyclones, trailing by 5, nearing the 5-minute mark. Olsen, empty backfield here. 3 receivers to the right. And Russellville going to shift to the tight ends on both sides. Yeah, and you're right. They call timeout because the play clock was down. A second timeout used by the Cyclones, both here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. Russellville trailing 13-8, but on the move. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union. Or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
Olsen, 4 carries for 77 yards. His only completed pass was the touchdown pass to Nick Hallmark. Russellville trailing 13-8. 5:02 left to play here in the first quarter. Russellville taking their second timeout here in the first quarter. We'll try to give you some scores throughout the evening. And remember, we have the scoreboard show on KCJC. It runs from 10 o'clock until midnight. Hosted by Rex Nelson, the voice of the OBU Tigers. Try to drop in some scores as we go throughout the evening, but Russellville coming out of the timeout looking at 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Morrilton. Ladarius Prince, the running back. He's a step into the left to Olsen. Olsen back to pass. He's going to throw to the end zone, and it's going to be complete for the touchdown. Julius Thompson gets the reception for the Cyclones, and Russellville back up on top.
A beautiful pass just floated in there, and Thompson caught it without even breaking stride. Great pass, great catch.
Well, Morrilton's mistake is they went man-on-man coverage to Juju Thompson, and they can't do that. He's got his 4th career touchdown reception, his first one of the season. Russellville leading 14-13, and they look like they're going for 2. They do the swinging gate. Nope, they're going to line up now and try to kick the extra point. Plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 18. Bobble the snap. They're still going to kick it through. I don't know how in the world they got that down. The holder, some able to put that down. I think he put it down sideways, but Jesus Perez remained perfect on his career with extra points. The Cyclones lead at 15-13. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Devil Dogs 13.
$1 delivers and 6 months same as cash on everything in the store. Today and tomorrow during R&R's Labor Day sale. That's right, today and tomorrow your dollar goes further than ever.
This deal rolls away after Labor Day. R&R Tire Express, where just $1 drives it all today and tomorrow during the Labor Day sale at R&R on East Parkway Drive next to Starbucks in Russellville.
Stella Manor Nursing and Rehabilitation provides skilled professional care
Madden
and
Parker
compassionate,
for those
supportive,
watching.
and comfortable
The holder that got that down. I don't know how he got it down.
Short-term respite or 24-hour skilled nursing. Stella Manor offers compassionate professional support in a comfortable family-like setting. With a full therapy program, hospice partnerships, and director-led activities every day, your loved one receives care that goes beyond the basics. Stella Manor, care with a personal touch and all
There's
the
a
comforts
kickoff
of
by
home.
Jesus
Call
Perez.
us
This is going to be
today.
returnable. Standridge at the 5 is across the 10, 15, at the 20, breaking free at the 30, 40, and Standridge may go. This is the opening kickoff for the radio that's joining us, and it just looks like Jamarcus Standridge is going to go 95 yards to the end zone for the touchdown. Jamarcus Standridge, 95 yards on the kickoff return, and Morrilton, just like that, takes the lead back here with 4:53 left to play in the first quarter.
Well, he's very fast. You cannot put one arm on him. You're going to have to grab him with both arms.
Well,
you've been able to see that tonight.
Yeah, that's his second touchdown tonight. The first one was a screen pass that we had covered up, and he was breaking tackles there in that one. Once he got about to the 30, it was a foot race, and you're not going to win that against Standridge. And so they're going to try to kick the extra point. Aaron Ekelaz, as they lead at 19-15. This time, Russellville does not block it. It's good. 20-15, Morrilton leads. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Life's complicated. Your checking account shouldn't be. At Simmons Bank, we keep banking simple, with you in mind. Get paid early. Avoid fees. Bank from anywhere. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Choose your account and open online in minutes. Visit SimmonsBank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. All accounts subject to approval. Restrictions apply.
All right, on Russellville's drive, we never got to give you that. The scoring summary, Russellville went 51 yards in 6 plays. Olsen got the pass to Thompson for a 20-yard touchdown pass. Perez added the extra point. And then the ensuing kickoff, Jamarcus Standridge goes 95 yards for the touchdown. Ekelaz gets the extra point, 20-15. Morrilton leads it. All this still in the first quarter, 35 points. They played some high-scoring games last year. Lost to Farmington 78-75, Morrilton did, in a game that didn't go into overtime. Ekelaz 3-step run up. They tried to keep it to Hibbler, and they do it again. He had a good return last time. Takes this one at the 20, across the 30, 35, 40. They may need to stop kicking it to him. Hibbler gets a 21-yard return to the 41. I'm fine with him kicking it to him.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's gotten past the 40 each time.
On the tackle, first down
and the Cyclones will have it at their own 41-yard line. 118 total yards for the Cyclones, 107 for Morrilton. Russellville turned the ball over on a fumble on their first offensive play of the game. The next play was a Morrilton Devil Dog touchdown. They've gotten a big touchdown run, a big touchdown pass, and the kickoff return. Russellville has answered. They've got a couple touchdowns themselves, and along with a 2-point conversion on the swinging gate. 20-15, the Cyclones trailing, but they're going to start this series. Empty backfield. Ladarius Prince is kind of lined up, offset the tight end, and I think Morrilton creeped into the neutral zone. No, they say delay a game. That's why they were creeping up. They could see that the clock was going down, and Russellville will be penalized for the 5th time tonight. 5 penalties for 35 yards.
Well, that's twice we've let the clock run down to 0. We're going to have to do some changing there some way, whatever's causing that.
Yeah, again, Marcellus Olsen played quarterback as a 9th grader half the time, but playing quarterback this year because of an injury to the Cyclone quarterback Lucas Stokes, who's done for the year. There's a flag down as Olsen gets back to the original line of scrimmage plus a yard, but the flag is back at the 30-yard line. This is going to be a false start against the Cyclones, and Russellville again shooting themselves in the foot here on this drive. It'll be first down still, but 20 yards to go.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We'll be back here next week as the Cyclones will host Greenbrier. They open the season this year with back-to-back home games before going on the road against Sylvan Hills. They have the off week after Sylvan Hills and before the conference opener.
For the Cyclones at the 31-yard line.
Russellville looking at first down and 20 at the 31. Nobody on the left side at wide receiver. It's going to be a handoff. Ladarius, he comes back to the left side. It gets across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Just looking for the flag there. Glad there's no flag. 6 yards on the pickup. Second down and 14 coming for Russellville.
Prince was one step away from gaining quite a few yards.
Cyclone 38-yard line.
He's a good runner.
Second down and 14 for Russellville at the 37. Olsen going to roll to his right, cut back left, see if there's an opening. A flag is down. He's going to try to make something out of nothing as he gets down around the sideline. Did a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage. The flag is in the midfield, and Russellville lineman's pointing at it. You wonder if that's a hold maybe on the defense. Nope, they're going to call it against the Cyclones. When we were pointing out, I thought maybe. Let's see if McNabb wants to push us back or declines it. It's 3rd and 14. Yeah, he's going to push Russellville back. A lot of confidence in your defense to give the offense an extra down. So instead of 3rd and 14, it'll be 2nd down and 24. They put us all the way back to the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 23 from the Cyclone 28-yard line.
2nd down and forever. Russellville needs to get into Morrilton territory for a first down, but they have a couple downs to do it. Hand off straight up the gut. Ladarius Prince taking a big lick at the 30, but kept his feet for a couple extra yards to the 32. Pick up a 4 on the play. Russellville's offense can break it at any time, but they're not really set up to get up to face 2nd and 23 without much of a passing game. So when they get penalties like this, kind of hurts themselves a little bit.
Got plenty of time on the clock.
On 3rd down and a long ways. Olsen, delayed quarterback draw. He's going to tuck it and run across the 35, 40, slips a tackle there, and he's going to dive forward to midfield. Needed 19 yards. He got 18 of it. And Russellville looking at 4th down and 1 at midfield, and they're looking to say, hey, do we go for this here? What do you think?
I think they go for it.
They're thinking about it. They've got the offense out on the field. They still have one more timeout. Making some personnel changes. The wide receiver / punter is Jesus Perez, and he's actually running off the field. 20 seconds on the play clock. 2:23 left to play in the first quarter. Russellville may be using their last timeout here. 14 seconds left. They're lining up. 4th down and 1 at midfield. They're going to go for it. Yep, they are, and I'm not trying to draw them off sides. They give us to Ladarius, and he breaks free there across the 45, inside the 45 to the 43.
Boy, that's a blow against Morrilton's defense, having us 24 yards from the first down and weak.
And you just wonder if Coach McNabb is thinking maybe we should not have taken that penalty, giving them 3rd and 14. They gave us an extra down to play with. The Cyclones make them pay. They get the first down there. A 7-yard pickup by Ladarius Prince. Russellville looking at 1st and 10 from the Devil Dog 43-yard line. Like the fact we didn't have to use our last time out there. Play clock down here at 10 seconds. And now we have a change at quarterback. Cash Booker. He's number 19. He's your Wildcat quarterback. He's going to take it up the gut. Breaks a tackle at the 35. Still on his feet. Stacks him up. They'll drive him down at the 30. A 13-yard pickup by Cash Booker. Well, if he's a Booker, you know he's a football player in Russellville. That's just, I mean, what there's been like 100 of them come through, it feels like, from Johnny and now Cash. the most recent one coming through, and he picks up 13 yards on the play. The Cyclones have 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Morrilton.
What I like about that run, though, about the time he was going to get hit, he knew it. He put both hands around that ball and protecting the ball so he wouldn't drop it or turn loose of it.
Yeah, they'll play both ways, and he's staying in at quarterback here. And Cash will turn and hand it off to Ladarius Prince, and he's stumbling forward, regains his feet. He's inside the 20. He's got the first down. And stacked up there, they're going to give him the 16-yard line. A helmet of Morrilton comes off and rolls out of the pile. And they're going to blow it dead at the 15-yard line. We'll see where they officially get, but Ladarius about a 15-yard pickup there.
Ladarius Prince on the
If your helmet comes off, unless it's ripped off by an opponent, you have to come out for a play. And Morrilton Devil Dog running off with his helmet. And it is a 15-yard pickup. They do give us the 15-yard line. The Cyclones looking at 1st and 10. Russellville trailing by 5. 1:33 left to play here in the first quarter. And they're going to stay with Cash at quarterback. Callahan, the running back. Ethan Bartlett, the S-back, and Cash going to keep it himself, and he cuts it inside, and he'll get a few yards. Does not quite make the 10-yard line.
Dixon led the way.
Of course, we can see a lot more up here. If he'd have taken that to the outside, I think he would have gained. I'm not saying he'd scored a touchdown, but he'd have gained a lot more yards. But he's down there. He saw the opening. He took it, and it was a good run. What he gained, about 3 to 4 yards?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where they have him down at the 11. It's hard to see from here, this angle. He gets 4 yards on the carry. And Russellville milking some time. They can't run out the whole clock. 10 seconds on the play clock, 43 seconds left in the quarter. 2nd down and 6. Booker again in at quarterback. He'll fake the forward pitch, keep it himself, and he's going to lean inside near the 5-yard line. It's going to be very close to a first down. They're going to mark his knee down, looks like, at the 6-yard line, so it'll be about a yard short. Russellville does not have to snap it again to close out the quarter if they don't want to, and they may want to do that. Just say, hey, we'll walk it to the other end. We'll see. They're staying on the field.
For the Cyclones.
And the clock down at 10 seconds. I think that's what they're going to do. Russellville trailing at the end of one, 20-15. But knocking on the door at 3rd and 1 from Morrilton 6 when we come back. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The love of football defines fall weekends, and in many homes, our families. But it's a demanding sport that can cause injury. That's why UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is on sidelines and in locker rooms for high schools and colleges across the state, ready to care for athletes with clinics in Central and Northwest Arkansas. UAMS Health, official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics and future Razorbacks all over Arkansas. Learn more at uams.health/team.
Ah, the sights and sounds of an Arkansas summer. And the coolest place to be is at Saracen Casino Resort, where tomorrow someone will win an exciting Lexus LC500 Coupe. Just use your Saracen Players card and play to win Lexus's most exciting sports car ever. Play often and earn entries for your chance at winning a Lexus LC500 Coupe from Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from Little Rock.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back. A couple of scores from our conference. Mountain Home leading Missouri West Plains by a score of 14-7. One from local teams. Ozark shutting out Clarksville in the second quarter, 32-0. Pottsville leading Heber Springs 21-0. Russellville's opponent next week is Greenbrier. They're hanging around with Warren. Warren leading 12-7. Our score here, the Cyclones trailing 20-15. But Russellville with a 3rd down and 1.
Russellville Cyclones will have 3rd down
at the Morrilton 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard
and remember, the big play of this drive was going forward on 4th and 1 from midfield. Pick up 13 yards. That's huge. Russellville trying to stick this one in the end zone and get the lead back. We've gone back and forth since Morrilton took the first lead 7-0. Cyclones making a change back at quarterback with Olson. He'll give it to Ladarius Prince. He's got the first down inside the 5. He's going to be tackled right around the 2. We'll see what they spot it.
For another Russellville Cyclone, sponsored by Phil.
And that's going to be inside the 3. I think they put it right down at the 2-yard line. They do.
Russellville's running to that left side of that offensive line, getting some good blocking over there.
Yeah, Carson Harris, 3-year starter. Malachi Childers over there, I think.
First down and goal, Russellville at the
First and goal at the 2. Early second quarter action. Stack line. Russellville just going to run behind the line. Olsen going to go to the right side and get inside the 2 to the 1. Officially the 1, even though he's inside the 1 a little bit. Be second goal coming. Marcellus now has rushed for 100 yards. He was actually the last Cyclone to run for 100 yards. He did that last year.
I think they've got him down at the 1 foot line.
Yeah. He ran for 139 yards against Fort Smith Southside here at Cyclone Stadium. Second down and goal. We'll give this one to Ladarius Prince, who's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Cyclones.
Russellville takes the lead back 21-20.
Sponsored by Centennial Bank.
No frills about that one. Ladarius just say, hey, I'll take this all the way. His first touchdown of the season and the 4th of his career. Russellville's 2 of 2 from on the extra points. They did get the 2-point conversion. That last one was adventure, but great job by Madden Parker, the holder, to get it down. I believe it was Madden Parker on that one. Russellville going to go for the conventional extra point here, and Jesus Perez remains perfect. Cyclones lead at 22-20. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Finding your place is more than just a location. It's about discovering your purpose, exploring your passions on a campus that feels like home. At A-State, you can achieve at the highest levels, form lasting relationships, and support the Red Wolves, both on campus and in the wild. Whether you're into research, the arts, healthcare, or maybe something else, there's a place for you at Arkansas State University. Find your place in the pack. Visit astate.edu to learn more.
Well, Cyclones scoring in the early second quarter there, but the scoring summaries we look it over. Russellville goes 59 yards in 11 plays. Remember that 4th down and 1 from midfield that Prince picked up 13 yards on. Well, he carries it in for the 1-yard touchdown run. Jesus Perez adding the extra point. The Cyclones eating up 5 minutes and 42 seconds. That's one of the best things you can do for your defense because they had all that time to rest and the change of quarter there to rest. And
well, what do you do? Do you kick it in the end zone?
Yeah, if you can, because Jamarcus Standards, I'm going to say that also that could be a good thing for our defense because even though they got that touchdown, they did it on the kickoff. And so Morrilton's defense may be gassed a little bit because you get that special teams touchdown, but your defense has to go right back out there. Now, Jesus has tried to kick them all in the end zone. He's been successful every time but one, and that was the 95-yard touchdown kickoff return by Standridge. I kick it deep or I don't kick it to him. This one's deep, and he's going to field it at the 3-yard line. Let's go get him. He's across the 15, the 20. Breaks a tackle at the 24. He's to the sideline, and Stutter steps his way out of bounds. Not quite the 40-yard line. That was scary.
On the return from Morrilton.
Well, again, I said it in the first quarter. You cannot tackle this man with one hand, one arm. You've got to wrap him up, and until you do, this man's he's going to gain some yards.
I think he's too hard to get wrapped up. I kick it out of bounds or something. I mean, I know it'd be a penalty, but good grief, that may be the only way to stop him. They do get to the 37, a 35-yard kickoff return for Standridge, and his average goes down because of that. Maddox Berry, it's been a while since we've seen their offense on the field. He's going to turn and hand this one off to Keaton Robinson. Tried to counterplay. He makes a little something out of nothing. Picks up a couple yards to the 40. Russellville had that bottled up on that right side. They gave him 3 yards. No, they gave him 4.
Bartlett on the tackle.
Ethan Bartlett, sophomore, getting that stop, wearing number 43 this year. Russellville showing blitz. Berry, a quick pass. It's complete to Dante Cox. Right at the sticks at the 47. We'll see on the spot.
Berry's pass complete to Cox.
Berry hasn't had to do too much. He's got the big touchdown pass, but realized that was a 1-yard screen pass. So that was 44 yards. And he's thrown for 50. So he's not done too much. That's only his second completed pass there. Here's a handoff to Criswell, and he'll get to midfield on 1st and 10.
They may be trying to wear our defense down with some of these runs and open Barry up in the second half and see if he can air it out some.
To their credit, they're doing what's working. They're running the football, and that's been working for them a little bit. They're not saying, hey, we're a passing team, we got to go pass. Criswell on the sweep, cuts it back up. He's got the first down into Cyclone territory at the 43-yard line. You see so many teams have something that's working and they go away from it just to try to get cute or something, but Morrilton's not doing that.
43-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Devil Dogs at the Cyclone 43. Russellville leading by 2. Here with 9:40 left to play in the first half. Barry back to pass, looking left all the way. He's double covered, so he'll roll to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. Does not go out of bounds. He steps up at the 40 and gets to the 36-yard line. I was expecting him to step out, but he didn't. Picked up some more yards because of it.
Well, at 6'3" and 195 pounds, he'd be a tough man to bring down.
Yeah. He picks up 7 yards there. 2nd down and 3, and they're going quickly here. 3 bunched up wide receivers to the right side. Cox here on the left side. They're going to hand off to Keaton Robinson, and he's got the first down as he's spinning away at the 27-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the play. That's his longest run from scrimmage tonight. Russellville trying to change in and out, and Morrilton wanting to go quickly here, and Russellville calling their last timeout of the first half. 9:02 left to play here in the first half. Russellville leading 22-20. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
My primary care provider helps me make better decisions about my physical and mental health.
They're the first person I talk to if I have any questions about infections, medications, or any other health concerns. And most insurance companies don't charge you for having annual wellness checks.
With them, I have the help I need to stay on top of my health game.
There are many reasons to have a primary care provider, but if you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Visit chistvincent.com to find a primary care provider.
Welcome back to the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. We have Cyclone history coming up at halftime. We also talk about some other sports and what's going on as this school year getting underway. Supposed to have had a junior high football game last night. It was canceled due to weather because they could see that with all the rain, not just the rain, but the lightning storms, that they were going to have a delay. And so Farmington, that game was canceled and there's no makeup date. So Russellville's junior high team actually has a off week next week. So if they don't get a game scheduled next week, it'll be 2 weeks before they get to play their season opener. First down and 10 for Morrilton at the Cyclone 27. Russellville leading 22-20 with 9:02 left here in the first half. 3 receivers to the right. Barry, here comes pressure. He gets away from pressure there as he steps up in the pocket and throws incomplete, throwing to the end zone as he was going to Dante Cox.
You know, they could have got an offensive lineman stepping back before that ball is hiked, and that's at least twice that I've seen that. I'm sure our coaching staff will probably let them know, and I think head coach was talking to one of the line officials there. Maybe he's telling him that.
2nd down and 10 for Barry. He's got Criswell as the running back to his left. Man in motion is Standridge. And they'll snap it, and he's looking left. Nowhere to go. He's going to heave it for the end zone now, and it's going to be incomplete. We had a shot at that better than they did. I think that was Sam Callahan there.
3rd down and 10.
I think it was Sam Callahan, number 27, who almost had an interception. When I say he was the closest one to it, it hit him in the hands, but it was kind of behind him a little bit.
He was going for Cox down there. I thought he overthrew him.
Clock is stopped here with 8:51 left to play here in the first half. 3rd and 10 for the Devil Dogs at the 27-yard line of Russellville. Barry with 3 receivers left, and the snap is delayed, never got back to him. He's sacked, and when I say delayed, I'm saying the entire offensive line moved except for the center. So that's a false start against them. We'll take the sack, but
oh yeah,
they were rolling the pocket to the left before the ball was snapped. Everybody moved, and so when you do something like that, you think it's the center.
3rd down and 15 at the Cyclones.
Because even Barry was starting to roll to his right on the play. They were rolling the pocket to the right. So we'll take the sack, but it don't work that way. 3rd and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Morrilton going backwards. They have it at the Cyclone 32-yard line.
Watch the run up the middle.
Back to pass. Looked right, come back left on the quick slant. In and out of the hands of Dante Cox. He should have had that one. He wouldn't have gotten the first down, but he picked up maybe half of it. He knew he should have had it there. He kind of clapped his hands there. 4th down and 15. Too long for a field goal try, as it would be about a 49-yarder. You're not going to punt from the other team's 32, so they're going to go for it. 4th and 15 for Morrilton. Barry back to pass, looking left the whole way. He'll roll that way. Throw, and it's going to be a sliding, incomplete catch. And that is a turnover on downs. Great job there by Samario Hibbler. It was very tight coverage. And Russellville will take the ball over at their own 32-yard line. But, boy, what a big victory for the Cyclones there. Their defense stopping the Devil Dogs there. 8:39 left. Russellville saw Morrilton start at their own 37, drive to our 32. Helped out by that penalty, but you stick this one in the end zone, you go up 2 scores here. The Cyclones leading at 22-20. Now remember, Russellville out of timeouts, but look, there's plenty of time. 8:39 left. You knew Russellville's offense was going to look a little different, but I got to hand it to Coach Gunner, and they did not show any of this in the benefit game, and it's caught Morrilton off guard at times. Olson is going to hand this one off to the running back, Prince, I believe, and he'll get to cross the line of scrimmage to the 35-yard line. I think that was Ladarius. The backup running back is number 9, Jaden Foster, but we see Callahan in there from time to time. I was waiting for Mike Cloud to say who that was. It might have been Callahan, actually. Yeah, that was Sam Callahan on that carry.
On the tackle, 2nd down and 7.
From this distance, number 10 and number 1, those numbers look a lot alike. Looking for that 0. And the 0 quarterback of Marcellus Olson. He'll pull it and keep it himself, and he's going to be drugged down by the jersey, but not before he gets the ball across the 43-yard line. And enough for a Razorback first down. How about that? Enough for a Razorback first down. Cyclone first down.
First down sponsored by Phil right out of play.
Sitting here tallying how much Olson has. He's got 108 yards on 8 carries. Last year, Russellville had one player rush for over 100 yards, and that was Marcellus. 139 against Southside, and he's got one here in the first half in the first game of the season at quarterback. He's looking at 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to give this one straight up the gut and get across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Prince was back in there and carried that ball. Prince is doing a good job up the middle. Again, they're attacking that left side of that offensive line.
Well, he had the last touchdown for Russellville of 1 yard, giving the Cyclones the lead, 22-20. Russellville 211 yards. 178 of it is on the ground. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup by Ladarius. Russellville milking that clock. They're under 7 minutes now here in the first half with a 2-point lead. Bring a man in motion. That's Thompson. Low snap. They'll give it to Ladarius. He'll have to bounce off a tackler and will not get back the line of scrimmage.
Prince on the carry.
You wonder if that threw off the timing a little bit, but they'll lose a yard.
Dixon.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming.
I think that low snap gave the defense a chance to get in there, get a little bit closer to Olson, and it threw our handoff off just a little bit.
Well, Russellville has shown that they'll go for it on 4th down. They've gone for it twice and hit it both times, but you don't want to go for 4th and 8, so we'll see if they can get a little over half of this back. And in motion again, that's Ross Thompson. He'll circle back and go back to the right. They set up a screen. We'll see. Olsen back to pass. Nowhere to go. He's hitting the backfield. Gets away from pressure. Cuts back at the 45. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. The 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cyclones. If it stands. We saw a flag back at the 36-yard line.
36 yards. That touchdown
When he broke into the secondary and everybody's coming back. And I could tell that was going against us just by Olsen's reaction. I think he saw, okay, wait a minute, this is coming back. So we'll have to wait and see what the call is. Because it's a spot foul. We'll see if we can still get the first down. That flag is at the 36-yard line of Morrilton, which means it would have been a 19-yard gain. Is it block of the back or holding against the Cyclones? So move us back to the 46.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the
10-yard penalty from the spot, so we still get a first down.
It is a first down and 10.
It will not be a first and 20 because you get the first down, they move it back, so it's a first and 10 from the 46-yard line. So it goes in the books as a 19-yard pickup for Olsen. He's got the first down. It's a 10-yard penalty against the Cyclones. They've been penalized 8 times for 60 yards. Erases a touchdown run, but hey, let's go get another one here. 2 receivers to each side. Empty backfield as one goes out of motion. They'll fake the screen pass, and Olsen, he's going to be sacked back at the 48. Maybe he's a little tired because he had no place to go there. Russellville out of timeouts. Taking their time here. We have under 5.5 to go in the first half. The Cyclones up 22-20. Second down and 12 for Russellville.
And 12.
Boy, had just playmakers all over the place for both teams. Standards for them. Olsen, Prince, Callahan for Russellville. I have buddies texting me. I said, I didn't think it was a hold.
Clock's down to 3.
Yeah, we got to go quickly. We're not going to get this one off. No, they are. Olsen going to run the option. He's going to keep it himself, and he spun down inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And you go from 2nd 12, running the football, to a more manageable 3rd and 2. We were worried about the clock and shouldn't have been worried. They knew where it was the entire time. Boy, they got him inside right at 37. 3rd and a good yard there. Russellville tonight, 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversions, but they followed both of those up, converting 4th downs on the 2 that they missed. 10 seconds on the play clock, 4:18 left to go in the first half. Russellville leading by 2. 3rd down and 1. Cash Booker in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Callahan and nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard on the play. They had him lined up deep, and he'll lose a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down and 2.
Yeah, it seemed like he was more deeper than usual.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Thomas on the tackle. 4th down.
38-yard line. Russellville needs just barely inside the 36 for a first down. 4th down and 2. Situation where Russellville too far to kick the field goal here. There'd be a 56-yarder, 55-yarder. Don't want to punt it. 3.5 to go in the first half. Man in motion is Ross Thompson. And Olsen will keep it himself. Stutter steps his way. Boy, what a great effort to get the first down. Well, he is so patient running the football.
They're good. Yeah, they gave him to him.
Keeps, and that's enough for another
when you see him on the basketball court, he's going 90-0. And out here, he can do that. But like there, he waited for something to develop. I'm getting nervous because it's 4th down, but he's like, hey, I got this. Needed 2, picks up 2. And the Cyclones pick up their 11th first down of the first half. No timeouts left. Now the clock begins to think about it as the clock rolling. 3:03 left to play here in the first half. The clock here kind of messes up at Cyclone Stadium. It'll freeze for a few seconds and then start back again, but it keeps the right time. It's just kind of weird when you look at it. They'll turn and hand the ball out to Callahan, and he'll get across the line a couple yards to 34, and Russellville, again, without timeouts, they may need to move a little quicker here. You might see them pick up the tempo a little bit. Picks up 2 yards on the play.
Coy on the tackle.
They count that to 33, I think they would. Knows the football there, so they are going to give him the 33-yard line. So 2nd and 7, 2:26 left to play in the first half.
Ball on the Devil Dog 33-yard line.
Last year, Jesus Perez's range, he hit a couple from 40-plus. 44 was his longest. That would put the ball at the 27-yard line where you need to get for a field goal try. Olsen, he's going to roll out to his right. Nothing there, and he's going to be sandwiched and sacked back at the 37-yard line. It took a long time to develop, and Morrilton just kept coming. They didn't go for any of the fakes there. 3rd down and 10.
In one way, it looked like a busted play.
Yeah, almost
I don't know.
Russellville started left, came back right. Morrilton didn't go for anything. They're just going to go hit the quarterback. Maybe a passing situation here. 3rd and 11. If you make a plea to pass or run, you might want to get out of bounds. 1:30 left to play here in the first half. Cyclones looking at 3rd and 11 from the Devil Dog 37-yard line. Olsen rolling to his right. Little toss there. It's completed pass. It's inside the 20. Breaking a tackle. 15-10 inside the 10-yard line. That's Cash Booker, I believe.
I believe it is, yes.
Cash Booker on the play. That's another Russellville.
His first catch of the night. Got enough for the first down. Little option pass play. That's what you do. 29 yards on the pickup. Russellville looking at 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 1:13 left. Clock stopped so they can set the chains. They don't have chains. They just have the down markers, so rolling now. 1:08 and counting. Russellville with no timeouts, but plenty of time here. Got 4 chances. Olsen, as they come with a screen, he'll pull the ball, and he's going to be hit back at the 10-yard line. Slips away, angling for the left side, puts his foot in the ground at the 5, angling for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. That should have been a 3-yard loss. And Olsen turns it into an 8-yard touchdown run.
He just got to the outside, and the speed of Olsen is what created that touchdown.
It was like a pinball bouncing off a would-be tackler from Morrilton, and the tackler was still sitting there at the 10-yard line, and he has to be thinking, how in the world did that guy get away from me? Russellville leading at 28-20 with 52 seconds left. Hey, there was never any worry for them, was there? They knew exactly what they were doing with no timeouts. We'll try the extra point. Jesus Perez. It's definitely long enough, and it is good. 29-20, Russellville with the lead. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
What does it feel like to know it matters to others how you're doing? What's weighing on your mind? That you're happy right now, that your body's healthy, and that those around you are taken care of too. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of Arkansans for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind, so you and the ones you love can live your best life your whole life long. Take good care, Arkansas.
Well, on that drive, Russellville ate up 7 minutes and 47 seconds of clock time. Think about that. 7:47. They go 68 yards in 13 plays. Olsen, an 8-yard touchdown run, but the big play in that play had to be the 3rd and 11 pass play from Olsen to Cash Booker to put us down there at the 8. And Russellville leading at 29-20 over Morrilton.
And Cash came out of the backfield. You thought he was going to be a blocker.
Yeah.
And he just kept on running, and he just flipped him the ball, and that was it.
That's what he does. I mean, he can a quarterback, a receiver, he plays safety. It just
And Russellville did that drive without a timeout.
Yeah, no timeouts. Didn't need it. Russellville leading 29-20. Everybody go tackle number 15. I don't care if he doesn't have the ball. Let's just go tackle that guy because Jamarcus Standridge has a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The last one he didn't score, but he went 35 yards.
Well, you can't hit him high. You got to hit him below the waist.
He's right. He's big. They're going to pooch kick it straight up in the air, and it's going to be fielded at the 31-yard line by Dante Cox, and he'll pick up a yard.
Perez, the kicker.
Okay, normally they would probably say, okay, let's just go into the locker room. But this year they have a really good quarterback and 3 timeouts. How about a turnover here?
turnover or stay away from penalties.
We didn't get an interception on him last year. He's due. Morrilton with 49 seconds left. No, they're going to turn and hand it off to Criswell, and he's going to be bottled up and loses 2 on the play. And Morrilton's going to call timeout. I'm surprised. 45 seconds left. Play goes forward. No, they didn't call timeout, and the Wildcats saying, hey, keep it going, keep it going. They gave him the 31-yard line, so a loss of only 1. I don't think he made the 31. I'm surprised at this. You got a guy that threw for over 4,000 yards and 57 touchdowns last year. You got all 3 timeouts. You're not getting the ball to start the second half. I'm shocked that they're not going for a 2-minute drill here. Screen pass to Dante Cox, spinning away at the 35. Loses the football. It's on the turf. The Cyclones are going to cover it at the 44-yard line.
Cyclones have it.
And I don't know who came up with it. I thought Jackson Booker came up with it, but I'm not sure. Number 45.
I think we got a player down.
We do.
Julio Lopez came up with it. Timeout, injury timeout.
All right, we have an injury timeout. Julio Lopez, number 97, came up with it, is who they said. I thought Booker came up with it. And we have a player down, so Russellville going to take a knee. We're going to take a quick break. 14 seconds left to play in the first half. Russellville leading 29-20. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Delta Dirt Distillery, located in historic downtown Helena, is America's only black-owned farm-to-bottle distillery. Their vodka, gin, and Arkansas Brown, think bourbon reimagined, are made from produce and grains grown on the 4-generation family farm located in Phillips County. Discover the art of craft distilling at Delta Dirt Distillery by scheduling an unforgettable tour and tasting experience, featuring their creative and seasonal cocktail offerings. To learn more, log on to deltabyways.com.
Player still down for, we know it's a Russellville player, I believe it is, right? It's over on Russellville's sideline, but the entire Cyclone bench has taken a knee. Any players out on the field taking a knee. Russellville has just picked up the first turnover from Morrilton. They don't have any timeouts. And Russellville has 14 seconds to do something with it, but I'll be honest with you right now, we're not really focused on that. We're wanting to see who it is, and we will say it was Julio Lopez, the senior, that came up with it. He's one of the captains for the night, came up with that fumble. And Russellville, just wish you had a little bit more than 14 seconds, to be honest with you. You know, we had some scores to pass along to you. Mountain Home still ahead of Missouri West Plains 14-7. Cabot trailing Fayetteville 29-14. Russellville had played Cabot in their benefit game. Southside leading Northside in that big rivalry in the second quarter 10-0. Van Buren to the bow of the bone in the first quarter score, leading Alma 14-6. Lake Hamilton, another conference opponent for us, down by 3 touchdowns against Lakeside 35-14. Dardanelle all over Little Rock Hall. I think they're called Hall Stem now, 37-0. That's a second quarter score. Pottsville still up on Heber Springs, 21-0. That score has not changed, still first quarter, so it probably has changed since then. They're late in the second quarter at Warren. Greenbrier, the next opponent for Russellville, trailing Warren 19-7. And Clarksville trailing Ozark 32-0. And that's Cash Booker that was down. He's up, and he's being helped off the field. It's his left leg. I don't know if knee, ankle, or what, but he's sticking his left leg out, so he's being helped off the field. Boy, you don't want to lose that guy. You don't want to lose anybody, but Cash can play so many positions. He already had a big reception on that 3rd and 11 play that set up that last touchdown. Well, you're excited because you stop them. You like to flip it here and maybe get some points out of this, but again, no timeouts in 14 seconds. You're not sure what you can do here. First and 10 for the Cyclones at the Devil Dog 42-yard line, leading 29-20. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Short side of the field's the right side. Olsen may just heave it downfield. Why not? back to pass, and he's going to throw, and it was, I don't know if it hit something. It came out of his hand kind of funny with the nose pointed downward. It goes incomplete. So he was going to Jesus Perez. That pass told me, though, that they're maybe to pick a couple yards up, 2 quick passes, and then try a long field goal. That took 3 seconds because that was going to be about a 5 to 7 yard pass. Everybody's kind of still checking on Booker. Sitting down, getting attended to. 2nd down and 10 for the Cyclones. And now Russellville moved. Maybe we should just going to be satisfied that, hey, we stopped them. Who did they move?
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did. I didn't see what that signal was. Did you see that?
He put his hand to the side of his face. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe a snap infraction.
Oh.
Okay, and sometimes what they'll do is they'll simulate the snap, say hut or something like that. And that's what that is, I believe. Or legal contact, 5 yards. So I think it's some sort of snap infraction on them. Either way, it's 2nd down and 5, and now a timeout called by Morrilton. And I think they want to talk to their defense. I thought maybe they want to talk to the official. No, they're calling their defense over. That gives Russellville 2nd 5 at the 37-yard line. And Russellville with 11 seconds left because nothing ran off the clock there.
You think maybe a sweep on the short side of the field by Russellville to get out of bounds?
Maybe so. Russellville in this first half, 275 total yards, 62 through the air, 213 on the ground on 30 carries. They've given up 150. They've held Maddox Berry in check. He's 3 of 10 for 58 yards, 44 of it on one play, and it was a screen pass. That was, nothing against Maddox Berry, but it was all Jamarcus Standridge. They got that 44 yards because it was an impressive stiff arm. He's had a game already, and it's only the first half. Had that big play, a 95-yard touchdown return on the kickoff.
Stadium seats, hats, caps, shirts. Stop by the red.
But Russellville, Olson with a touchdown, Prince with a touchdown, Thompson, Hallmark each with touchdowns. And now after the timeout, looking at 2nd down and 5. Olson going to roll to his right, completed pass, and gets out of bounds. And up for the first down inside the 30-yard line is Julius Thompson. And that stops the clock with 16 seconds. We went up 5. Hey, we'll take that.
Yeah, it was 11, wasn't
I'm telling you, the clock's really messed up here. And I know they're pointing and saying, hey, what are you doing? But I'm telling you, at the benefit game, it would jump from 41 seconds to 30, back up to 50, and it's down to 6 seconds. That's what I thought. It wasn't that we were adding time. Instead of 6, it showed 16. But the important thing there for Julius is he got out of bounds at the 30-yard line, 7-yard pickup. Got 6 seconds. They're going to try a long field goal here, and now Morrilton was not ready. They're going to call timeout. Morrilton was not ready. Russellville was going to try to kick one there. It'd be a 47-yard attempt, and now the Cyclones can say, hey, do we really want to do this? Do we want to get out, try to pick up some more yards, chunk of the end zone? We'll see. Daughtry Renfro has been on to be the holder here for Jesus Perez, who was 7 of 9 last year on field goal attempts. Again, Long was 44. He's got the leg for this. He tried a couple field goals in the benefit game against Cabot and Heritage. I'm sorry, not Heritage, but Cabot and Rogers. Did not hit on either one of those. This one will be from the right hash mark. There is no wind, none at all. So we're looking down at the flag. And 6 seconds left. You know, you don't want to get sacked or something like that. You want to go ahead and take a shot. What's an extra 5 yards? And Booker's on the cart. They're wheeling him out. That's not looking at him on the John Deere cart there at the bottom of the track.
Russellville will attempt a field goal.
Boy, I hope he's going to be okay. And here's the attempt, and it's going to be partially blocked. Partially blocked. It hits at the 5-yard line, goes into the end zone, which was a dead ball there. And Morrilton got a block on that one with 1 second left, so the field goal misses as Jesus Perez from 47 yards has the field goal blocked. And they'll have one play with 1 second left to do something with it. May just want to take a knee, but the Cyclones are going to get the ball to start the second half. That ball, they looked like they were retreating it to go maybe return it, but it crossed the goal line. It's like a punt. It crosses the goal line. It's, it's a touchback, and so Morrilton will have the ball at their own 20 with 1 second left. And they may not chunk it deep, but they may run a regular play and see if they can break one. If I were them, I'd give it to number 15 and just say, hey, try to go do something with it. Maddox Berry, 3 receivers to the left. Nope, he'll go hand this one off to Criswell. Running right side across the 25, the 30. Angling out of bounds, cuts back at the 40 and gets to the 44-yard line, 45-yard line. Pickup of 25 yards, but garbage time on that one. The Cyclones lead it at halftime, 29-20. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Quarterback, guard, running back. Every position has a role in building success. If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, maintenance technicians, millwrights, project managers, and more. Learn while you earn with free on-the-job training through Lexicon University. Competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, an on-site health clinic, annual bonus program, and more. Check out lexicon-inc.com/football and join us as we build America one project at a time.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Did you know that Henderson State University offers a nurturing classroom environment with caring faculty who will invest in your career success? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come check us out. Visit hsu.edu/getready for additional information. Did you know that Henderson State University offers the only aviation degree in Arkansas? You can learn a lot at Henderson. Come fly with us. Visit hsu.edu/aviation for additional information.
Money is never an easy topic to talk about, but it is a must when you have kids. I'm State Treasurer John Thurston, and my office is here to make saving money for college or vocational school quick and effortless. Sign up for automatic payroll deductions into the Arkansas Brighter Future 529 account and help change the course of your child's life.
To learn more about the Arkansas 529 plan, its investments, objectives, risks, and costs, read the official statement at brighterfuturedirect529.com. Paid for by the Arkansas Section 529 Plan Review Committee.
Russellville Cheer Team.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium in the Lathis Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Lathis Realty. We're at the half. The Cyclones leading it by a score of 29-20. And time for your first half takeaways, and you take it away.
I tell you what, we've proved that we can run against this Morrilton defense, doing a great job, especially that left side of that offensive line. The thing that's impressed me in this first half is the hands of Olsen. This guy can fake with his hands, fake a handoff, fake a pass. And he's been able to do that and just freeze the defense. In fact, he had some of them even turning completely around with his fake. You remember the option where he faked the option play, the pitch out, and he took it up the middle and ran for a good run. On defense, we've got to learn to wrap up the runner, no matter who they are, the receiver or the running back. We've got to wrap him up, but not above the waist. They're too strong above the waist. They're too big. So we've got to hit them on their legs, stop the legs from moving, and that's how we can bring them down.
We're at the half. The Cyclones are leading it by a score of 29-20. We'll take another break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Russellville is known for its rich heritage and historic downtown, surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
More students are turning to UA Little Rock because we're leading the way in making college affordable for all Arkansans. With the Pell Grant, the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, and our half-off scholarship, you can get a college degree without debt. Don't qualify for Pell? No problem. We have options to help you affordably earn a 4-year degree. With scholarships and campus jobs, we're removing barriers for all. That's the Trojan Guarantee. Expect more with UA Little Rock.
Greg Hatcher and his companies are proud supporters of high school football. The Hatcher Agency is the state's largest employee benefits agency, offering outrageous service and voted best insurance agency in Arkansas virtually every year since 2004. Hatcher Capital Investments offers 401k plans and wealth management. Twin City Limousine offers vehicles that are great for weddings. And of course, the popular Scoops homemade ice cream. Greg Hatcher and his companies wish you a successful season.
It's a great day for football. Two rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. Two rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Welcome back here at Cyclone Stadium. Russellville leading Morrilton by a score of 29-20. We'll be talking a little bit about statistics and all that here in a little bit, but time to take a look around this week in Cyclone Country. High school volleyball started off last week, actually, and first home game for the Lady Cyclones this week. They defeated Paris on Tuesday, 3-1. It's going to be a while before they're back home. They'll be back home Tuesday of not next week, but the week after. Tennis, both teams, both the boys and girls tennis teams lost to Shiloh Christian but rebounded to defeat Farmington this past week. Junior high volleyball lost, I believe, to Cabot North earlier this week. In junior high football, supposed to play Farmington last night, but it was canceled due to weather. No makeup game has been scheduled. The Whirlwinds are off next week unless they reschedule something or schedule something. They'll be at Hot Springs Lakeside on September the 11th on Thursday. Also golf, the Cyclone boys golf team defeated Greenwood, Flippin, and Van Buren at the Russellville Country Club in a Cyclone Invitational. Riley Davis shot 69 to take the gold medal. Caleb Campbell and Lawson Lewis each had a 77. Sam Heinzman and Landon Foley each shot 82. We had J.V. Kittle and Narvison jump up and shoot a 80. The Lady Cyclones just keep on winning in golf. They defeated Greenwood and Van Buren. Susanna Mans, best in the state, shot a 67. Her sister Raquel Mans, just a freshman, she came in second overall with a 76. That's your gold and silver medalist right there. Anna K. McSpadden and Addison Turner also on varsity helping with that victory. Both teams will be playing at Eagle Crest on Wednesday, a 5A West meet. I mean, it's going to be a full of teams here. It's Russellville, Van Buren, Farmington, Alma, Greenwood, Harrison, and Siloam Springs. Everybody in 5A West except for Mountain Home. That's going to be Wednesday at Eagle Crest in Alma. That's your look at the Cyclone Country. We'll take a break, come back with more. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
No matter where you are from, a big city, a small town, or somewhere in between, you'll find your place at the University of Arkansas. With a vibrant campus community, including the full Razorback and SEC experience, an unbeatable mix of academic excellence and outdoor fun, the U of A is the place to be. Learn from our world-class faculty, benefit from our record scholarship funding for Arkansans, and access resources to launch your future career. The University of Arkansas, your path starts here.
Your business is up against a lot of things these days. Inflation cost, workforce issues, federal overreach. The list of things keeping you up at night keeps getting longer. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas is here to help. We are constantly working to improve the business climate and make Arkansas as competitive as possible. The Arkansas State Chamber Associated Industries of Arkansas works tirelessly for your business so you can rest easy. Join us today.
For more than 150 years, Lyon College has offered exceptional opportunities for Arkansas students and launched outstanding careers right here in the Natural State. Now the future is even brighter with the opening of our brand new football stadium on the Batesville campus and our new School of Dental Medicine in Little Rock. From our strong academic reputation and competitive athletics to our beautiful campus, Lion is dedicated to preparing graduates who make a difference in Arkansas communities. Learn more at lyon.edu. Lion College, a better world starting in Arkansas.
We all have our traditions, from Friday night lights to Saturday morning hunts. These are the traditions we pass down to the next generation. Now, we might have hung up our cleats a long time ago, but come tomorrow morning, we can still put on our camo and hunter orange, because some traditions last a lifetime. Get your hunting license and enjoy a season of memories, both on the field and in the woods. This message is brought to you by the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Hunt natural.
Hey, Dr. Blaine Leeds here down at the dental office. Did you know that we're a Platinum Elite provider with Invisalign through our relationship with Two Front Orthodontics? And we have the brand new iTero Lumina scanner, and it takes a full arch scan in 1 minute. So our team doesn't have to put any goops or pastes or putties inside your mouth. We can start Invisalign for you today. $100 a month, 100% financing. Give us a call today. That's 479-97-SMILE. Dr. Blaine Leeds. Live, love, smile. With approved credit.
Welcome back. We're at the half. The Cyclones leading it by a score of 29-20. Time for your note in Cyclone history. Tonight's the 96th time that Russellville has met Morrilton on the gridiron since both schools first played in 1906. If you're here and you got the program, you can see a little story about that first year, in which Russellville only played 3 games, and 2 of them were against Morrilton. They beat them 7-0 in the first game and 2-2. The game was a tie, and not just that, the safety on the game's last play that ended in a tie. But one of the more memorable games was in 1970 at Bailey Field. Both schools occupied the top and bottom of the 3AA North Region standings. Devil Dogs were coached by Donye Davis, who won his 2 state titles at Morrilton in 71 and 73. In his first 4 seasons. He had led them to a 5-0 record at the start of the season there in 1970. The Cyclones ended the season after 3 consecutive 9-win seasons under Coach Paul Pugh, but Russellville struggled in 1970, entering the Morrilton game winless at 0-5, so 5-0 for Morrilton, 0-5 for Russellville. In the third quarter, Russellville found themselves deep in their own territory in a scoreless game. Cyclone quarterback Joe Whiteside handed off to all-region running back Virgil Williamson, who went 83 yards untouched to give Russellville the lead. Cyclone kicker and defensive tackle Mark Burns added the extra point to make it 7-0. Morrilton answered as all-region tailback James McDaniel would score on 2 touchdown runs to give the Devil Dogs a 12-7 lead in the fourth quarter. On what seemed to be Russellville's final chance, the Cyclones turned the ball over on downs inside the Morrilton 5. Devil Dogs took over but soon faced 4th down with 30 seconds left and the ball inside their own 5-yard line. They elected to punt instead of taking a safety because they are up by 5. And that proved to be a costly decision. Russellville blocked the Devil Dog punt, recovered it in the end zone, won the game 13-12. It was the first win of the season for Russellville. They finished with 3 wins in the last 5 games. When the season ended, both Russellville and Morrilton tied for second in the 3AA North region with a 3-2 record. That was back in 1970. Tonight's the 45th consecutive time that they've opened with Devil Dogs. Morrilton broke that streak back in there in the 2019 and 20 when we added the Week 0 game, but that's first all time. Second, of course, Russell's played Conway 91 times, but 96 for Morrilton in the 120th season of Cyclone football starting tonight. We're going to take a break. Come back, we'll have stats from the first half as Russellville leads it here at the half 29-20. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Thinking about buying an RV? Now's the time, and Nice Campers is the place. This family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating the Forest River Great Getaway Sales Event happening now. Shop top brands like Tracer, Flagstaff, and Puma with no hidden fees, no pressure, and financing starting at just $99 a month. Visit Nice Campers at 3814 South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville or call 479-229-1499. Browse anytime at nicecampers.com. Nice Campers, family values, unbeatable deals, and adventure-ready RVs.
Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. Maybe. With Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. You win with our fastest speeds up to 5 gig. You win with our smart Wi-Fi. You win with our free installation, unlimited data, and local support. Winning with Right Fiber will make you fall in love with gig speed internet. Get Right Fiber. Get gig smitten. Sign up and win at rightfiber.com.
Running a business, a household, or just everyday life can be hectic. The last thing you want to have to think about is banking. At First State Bank, we focus on providing you the financial tools and exceptional service you need so you can focus on what really matters, whether it's managing your business from the sidelines or making life run a little smoother with convenient and flexible financial solutions. We've got your back. Give back to business and life. We'll take care of the rest. First State Bank.
Johnny Storian with a thought from Alathus Realty. With years of experience, knowledge, and a network of relationships, they ensure you'll get the most for your house. So when it comes time to put that property on the market or begin looking for that next dream home you have, don't delay. Call Brent Preddy and the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville, 968-5668, or check them out, russellvilleliving.com.
Welcome back. Your first half stats for Russellville as they lead Morrilton 29-20. We'll run through them, but we want to let you know we always post our halftime, especially final stats. You want to check them out, go on our Facebook page, Cyclone Boot. Just search for that, and we will post that for you. The Cyclones have 282 yards of offense to Morrilton's 175. For the Cyclones, 69 yards passing, 213 rushing. Morrilton with 58 yards passing, 117 yards rushing. Who would have thought that Russellville would have more passing yards than Morrilton at the end of the first half? Interesting. Both teams did have one turnover. 36 plays for Russellville, 24 for the Devil Dogs. Remember, both teams had a turnover, but when they ran that kickoff back for a touchdown, that put Morrilton's defense right back out onto the field. Russellville has been penalized 8 times for 60 yards and Devil Dogs 4 times for 25 yards. Third down conversions, 3 of 6 for Russellville, 1 of 3 for Morrilton. Russellville's perfect on 4th down conversions, 3 of 3, 0 for 1 for Morrilton. Time of possession doesn't mean anything. It's always the plays, but Russellville does lead time of possession by quite a bit, 17-41 to 6-19. Let's look at individual stats. Marcellus Olson throwing the football, 4 of 6 for 69 yards, has 2 touchdown passes in the first half there. Receiving, Julius Thompson has 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. Nicholas Hallmark has a catch for 13 yards and a touchdown. Cash Booker has the other catch for 29 yards. Marcellus Olson, leading rusher, 14 carries for 142 yards and a touchdown. Ladarius Prince, 8 carries for 37. Sam Callahan, 5 carries for 12 yards for the Cyclones. Cash Booker, 3 carries for 22 yards in that first half. For Morrilton, Maddox Berry kind of been held in check. 3 of 10 for 58 yards. We need another half like that. As 58 yards and 44 of it was on a screen pass for a touchdown. That was to Dante Cox, who has, this Jamarcus Standards. Cox has 2 catches for 14 yards. That's been it. This has to be his lowest point or yard total for a half. Has to be. You're talking about a guy that threw for 746 against Farmington. He threw 5 touchdowns against Harrison and Searcy last year. 57 touchdowns last season. He owes every single season passing record for Morrilton, and Russellville held him to 58 yards throwing the football. They did do some damage on the ground, though. Braylon Criswell, 9 carries for 87 yards and a score. Keaton Robinson, 4 carries for 23 yards in that first half. Russellville leading it here by a score of 29-20. The first game always seems to be like an extended halftime, especially when you have both bands out there, the cheer, the dance team. That's okay. So it shows under 4 minutes on the clock, but we may be a little bit longer. And we're going to come back and give you some scores from around the state. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Friday night in Arkansas means game day for young men who have been dreaming of this season since elementary school and their coaches who have prepared them. Championships will be won on the gridiron. Some hearts are sure to be broken, but all the athletes will learn valuable life skills about teamwork and hard work. I'm Congressman Bruce Westerman. As a beneficiary of the lessons learned from playing Arkansas high school football, I approve this message. Best wishes to all the players, coaches, and fans.
Paid for by Westerman for Congress.
The ATU Admissions Office invites all River Valley High School students to attend the ARC-ACRO College Planning Program on Thursday, September 18th, located at Tucker Coliseum from 9 to 11 a.m. Learn more about college, vocational, and technical schools and military branches all under one roof. Meet with representatives and gather resources to help you map out your future. Whether you're interested in academic pathways, training programs, or a career in the armed forces, this event has something for you. For more information, call us at 479-968-0343.
Are you working hard to feed your family on a budget? Visit Chicken Mart to get all your Crispitos, pizza sticks, restaurant quality chicken nuggets, strips, wings, and fries all in one stop, and lots of opportunity purchases that are so good they may never come back. Check out Chicken Mart in 2 convenient locations before you go grocery shopping and see what they have for your family. Chicken Mart's been serving the River Valley since 1983 and still going strong. Visit 1808 South Arkansas Avenue or 106 Weir Road in Russellville. Chicken Mart, your chicken and more store.
At Union Bank in Russellville, we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. We know your name, your story, and we're here to help you write the next chapter. Big banks treat you like a number, we treat you like family. Our Union team is right here with you, local, trusted, and always personal, offering a wide array of accounts designed for your lifestyle and with all the latest digital banking tools. Union Bank. Come see us downtown in the 500 building. Jason McGee and Jeff Smith are rooted in Russellville and focused on you. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
They have all these nicknames, the Battle of the Bone for Alma and Van Buren. Van Buren leading Alma 14-6, and the Salt Bowl, Benton against Bryant tonight. What do you think about the South Side, North Side? They call it the Battle of Rogers Avenue. So, but right now, South Side leading North Side 10-0. North Side is actually driving. The Salt Bowl hasn't really been much of a contest since Bryant has come to power. Benton's a good team, and they just can't hang with Bryant, but nobody can really. Bryant, and then midway through the third quarter, leading Benton 33-3. That game being moved back to high school sites instead of War Memorial Stadium and pay-per-view. And our buddy Jim was able to set us up to be able to keep an eye on that. We still say that Lakeside leading Lake Hamilton 35-14. Here, the Cyclones leading it by a score of 29-20. I want to run through some of the drive summaries for you. Russellville caused Morrilton to punt their first possession, but then turned it over on the very next play on their first offensive possession. The Devil Dogs and the Cyclones combined with 6 consecutive touchdown drives, 3 for them, 3 for us. Morrilton took a 7-0 lead. The Cyclones came back to take an 8-7 lead after they scored and went for 2. The touchdown pass was Olsen to Nick Hallmark for 13 yards. And the 2-point conversion was run in by Julius Thompson, made it 8-7. This was in the first quarter. That was a minute 34 on the time drive for 66 yards in just 3 plays. The Devil Dogs came right back as Maddox Berry hit Jamarcus Standridge on a screen pass for 44 yards and a touchdown. That made it an 80-yard drive in 7 plays. Ethan Haney for the Cyclones, though, blocked the extra point, and that made it Morrilton 13, Russellville 8. The Cyclones came right back. They go 51 yards in 6 plays. Olsen hit Julius Thompson on a 20-yard touchdown pass. Perez added the extra point and making it 15-13, the Cyclones lead. But then Morrilton turned around, returned the opening kick, or not the opening, but the ensuing kickoff, 95 yards for a touchdown, and Morrilton took the lead back. I think we just got a pat on the back from the new superintendent who's made his presence known up here. I bet he's enjoyed. He said he's so excited about football because he had been at a district that didn't have it, and he was so pumped and ready for football, and we're glad that Dr. Lovins is here and excited that he's up there watching it with us. Russellville, though, down by 5 to start the second quarter. That continued a drive that went 5 minutes and 42 seconds, 59 yards, 11 plays. Prince, a 1-yard touchdown run. Perez added the extra point, making it 22-20. That's why Russellville's off on one, because they had the 2-point conversion there on their first score. The Cyclones got the ball back. They go 68 yards and 13 plays in 7 minutes and 47 seconds after stopping Morrilton on downs. They go up 2 scores because the touchdown by Olsen on an 8-yard touchdown run. A big play there. It's 3rd and 11 when he hit Cash Booker on that pass play. The extra point made it 29-20, and that's where it was for the half for the Cyclones. We're about a minute 38 away from the start of the second half. I think it's huge that the Cyclones are going to get the ball to start the second half. Remember, they won the opening toss, and they'd elected to defer. And so when the Devil Dogs had it there at the end with 52 seconds left, they looked like they were just going to, run out the clock a little bit. Didn't really go pass downfield. They threw the screen pass, turned the ball over. The Cyclones had a chance to put some more points on the board. They drove down to the 30-yard line of Morrilton, missed a 47-yard field goal because it was blocked with 1 second left, and that's how we ended the first half. Russellville leading 29-20. As we're about a minute away from starting the second half, time for our highlight takeaways. Remember the first half. What's your one thing that we talked about in our takeaways?
Well, we proved that we could run against this Morrilton defense, and hopefully we can do it in this second half.
Yeah, you're right. But when you look at that, 213 yards rushing on 30 carries, that's fantastic. And so that's our headline heading into the second half. Russellville, again, we'll get the ball to start the second half, and Morrilton's running out of time. Again, what they've done here lately, they used to only do this when they had extended half times. Once the teams get back on the field, they give them 3 more minutes. They've done that already, so that's why we have the long halftime show. We've had an injury. We had a little bit of delay at the beginning of the game, so we're a little bit running late for tonight. I'm checking some other scores here. Well, somebody's offering to bring us food. When should we ever turn them down? But, we have the scoreboard show coming up on KCJC at 10 o'clock. It goes all the way till midnight, and it's hosted by Rex Nelson. It's actually on 60 stations across the state. It's a long-running scoreboard show, and you can hear coaches and play-by-play guys like myself call in and give stats and highlights of games. They also have the GAC rundown near midnight where they talk about Arkansas Tech and the other schools that are going to be playing or have played and all that. They do the recap, and so it's a good chance to get your football fix on and ready for college game day. That will be interesting to watch tomorrow, too. Lee Corso's last college game day, and that will be tomorrow. I bet he picks Ohio State. I bet he puts that mascot's head on. What do you think? All right, kicking off. They're going to kick this one. It's going to be fielded at the 21-yard line for the Cyclones across the 30. 35, Hibbler is going to be pushed out of bounds. They keep trying Samario, and he keeps paying dividends for the Cyclones.
Well, he's running it back 10, 15, 20 yards, so you'd think they'd learn by now, but that's fine with us. He puts the Cyclones in good field position.
Well, he showed good hands, too, because he kind of caught that around eye level, and 18 yards on that return there. And the Cyclones with really good field position as they start at the 39-yard line. I wonder what our average starting line is. We're going to figure that up. Average starting line for Russellville, the 43-yard line. You can win some games doing like that. It means your special teams are really helping out. Your defense is really backing them up. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the 39-yard line. Olsen with 2 receivers to each side. He'll give this one off now to Callahan, who's running the sweep, and instead of going out of bounds, he'll stop and get a couple extra yards before going out past the 40 to the 42. Remember, Sam Callahan, can't sleep on him. He had 264 yards rushing last year. Remember that 94-yard touchdown run he had? Called a touchdown run. I think he was tackled at the 1 at the time, but we'll call it a touchdown run. They officially give him 2 yards on this one. He's got 6 carries for 14 yards tonight. Second down and 8. With the S back, Callahan gets the call again, this time fighting up the middle, following his block. He's across midfield to the left sideline, pushed out of bounds in Morrilton territory at the 45.
Sharp on the tackle.
Well, all these Cyclones are very patient running the football, waiting for things to develop.
And the key to that was number 70, our offensive line, Harris, did a fantastic block to free him up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No,
but
that's okay.
Carson, he's a 3-year starter. He's one of the smartest, nicest kids you're ever going to meet. And he's anchoring that left side at left tackle. You can put him anywhere. Super smart guy. Russellville has it at the 44-yard line after the 15-yard pickup there by Callahan. They're going to motion out of the backfield now, empty backfield. Olsen, he's going to roll to his right. He's got a man wide open. Jerron Brown catches at the 20, breaks a tackle at the 20, 15, dragging a tackler, a blocker trying to help him inside the 15 to the 12.
To Brown.
Jerron Brown, they left him wide open. They were expecting the screen. He faked the block and took off, and they just let him go.
Well, also Callahan had broke out to the right side. They thought he might flip it to him, and I think he was a decoy. And
yeah, Dominic McCoy there bid on that fake, and Jerron Brown, who had 8 catches last year, got a big catch there of 33 yards. That's his first target, first catch tonight, and Russellville will have it at the 11-yard line into the red zone of Morrilton. Russellville has entered the red zone 3 times tonight. All 3 times they've scored.
Olson's out. I think he got hit on that, and he's to the sideline right now, but it seemed like everything was okay. New quarterback.
Yeah, new quarterback here is Jaden Foster, the backup tailback. He'll turn and hand it off to Callahan, running right side. Breaks a tackle at the 11 and dives forward. 2 Morrilton linebackers actually crashed into each other. And Callahan gets down to the 6-yard line.
Olson's back in.
Okay.
He makes it down to the 6-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
That was Jaden Foster. That handed off there. Cyclones taking their time. They got play clock down to 16. You almost think that, is there a timeout? No, they're just milking the clock a little bit. 2nd down. Olson, like you said, back in. Gives it to Jaden Foster. And he might have get to the 6-yard line of scrimmage.
He gets almost inside the 5-yard line.
That is Jaden Foster.
Myers on the tackle. Make that Jarrett on the tackle. 3rd down and 4.
They can get a first down.
Yeah, they
so
can.
Get down to
I'm looking at it here inside the 2. You're right. 3rd down and 5 for the Cyclones. At the Devil Dog just outside the 6-yard line. Olson going to fake it to Foster himself, and he's going to be stacked up at the line once again. Russellville gets down there, but they've gone backwards, and now what do you do? 4th down. You've gone for it 3 times, but this is a little more than an extra point.
I think we go for the points.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They're rolling.
Criswell on the stop.
Jesus Perez out there. You could always fake it, but from here, from the right hash mark, would be a 23-yard field goal. Snap is down. Renfro puts it down, and Jesus Perez misses it wide right. So Morrilton holds, and Russellville will turn the ball over, and Morrilton will get it at the 20-yard line, just like a punt that goes out of bounds.
Want to make a correction for Russellville a few plays ago. Number 9, Jaden Foster was in.
And 8:38 left to play. That's the 2nd missed field goal for Jesus Perez. He missed that one right. He's from the right hash, just didn't hook it in there enough. That's kind of a tough angle. You know, what's funny is if we were 10 yards behind that, it would have went through. It's just that shortness there, and couldn't get it inside that right upright. We'll see if that puts momentum back on their side. That was the opening drive for the Cyclones. Drive down to the 6th, come away with no points. Here's the blitz. They hit Maddox Berry. He does get rid of the football, but he was drilled. That's the way the first half started, and he's a little slow to get up. He was looking at right side, but he was looking to get rid of it quick over on that far side.
2nd down and 10.
I think Hallmark was in there, and a couple of others. They did a good job.
They have it at the 20. Again, the missed field goal is just like a punt. That goes in the end zone, so 2nd and 10. Berry, hard clap, trying to get Russellville to show something or maybe jump in the neutral zone. Then they check with me. They got 11 seconds on the play clock. Cyclones leading at 29-20. Back to pass is Berry. Here comes the blitz again, and he throws across the middle, in and out of the hands of Jamarcus Standridge, and he scores if he catches that.
Yeah.
That's the 2nd one that's hit out of his hands, too. You can't be that upset with him. He's been Mr. Everything, but they've targeted him 5 times. He has 1 catch and 2 drops.
Yeah, he had about a 3-yard step on our defender. And
yeah, he broke to the inside and was wide open there, and Russellville dodged a bullet there. 3rd down and 10. 8:31 left to play in the 3rd. All the fireworks in the first half with 49 points. Nobody scored yet. Berry back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. He's got some room there. He's across the 20-25, and he's got the first down before he steps out of bounds. Across the 30 to the 32.
He had to run. We had good coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, that's just frustrating when your secondary covers everybody up and they find a way to get the first down running. He picks up 12 yards, a first down for Morrilton, their 10th of the night. 8:24 left to play here in the 3rd. Russellville leading by 9. Berry is going to hand off on the draw play to Criswell, and he's sandwiched there at the 35, a pickup of 2.
Good stop by that defense, not going for the fake.
Barry struggled throwing the football a little bit, but they've moved the football on the ground, got a couple of big plays and a special team score. The Cyclones missing a field goal on their last two possessions. One was blocked. The last one was just missed wide right. Barry back to pass after the play action throwing, and he short hopped it there to Dante Cox. We've seen him do that a couple times. He's been off a little bit.
He rushed that one. There was nobody close to him.
But he's thrown off the mark on the run, backpedaling a little bit. I don't know if it's all the pressure getting to him a little bit or if it's just first game and he's off. He's just not as sharp. He's 3 of 13 for 58 yards. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit as he throws it, but he airs it out, and he's got a man open there, and it's going to be complete at the 20. Boy, he got made up all the yards on that one as it goes down to the 20-yard line of Russellville, a pickup of 46 yards.
That's that man's standard.
And that's almost doubling his passing yards. And now they're going quickly here, 1st and 10 from the Cyclone 20-yard line. They're going to hand off here on the sweep to Criswell. He breaks a tackle at the 20. He's at the 15, breaks another tackle at the 10, and he's tackled inside the 10 to the 5-yard line, and Morrilton all of a sudden with all the momentum. Cyclones unable to score on their first possession, and they need something good to happen here, a turnover, if they want to stop Morrilton from scoring on their first possession of the second half. 7 minutes, 10 seconds, and rolling here in the third quarter. Russellville leading by 9. They won't lose the lead here, but Morrilton could get back in it. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Criswell and Robinson, the running backs. They're going to hand it to Robinson off the right side, and he's into the end zone easily. I don't know if he got touched on the 5-yard run. So that caps off their touchdown drive of 80 yards. And Morrilton has pulled within 3. Aaron Ekelaz will be on to try the extra point. He's had one block. That was from Ethan Haney, coming from his right side in the first half. Russellville does not bring pressure on that one. The extra point is good. 29-27, the Cyclones lead it, but Morrilton just scoring. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville. Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Country. KCJC,
an EAB Media Group radio station.
Welcome back to the Olathe Realty broadcast booth here at Cyclone Stadium. Russellville giving up a touchdown drive there. They're going to squib kick it, but it's going to be fielded by Hibbler at the 24-yard line, across the 30 to the 35-yard line. And that's where Russellville will set up shop. So Mario Hibbler, 11-yard return on that. On that last drive for Morrilton, they go 80 yards in 8 plays in a minute 47.
First down and 10.
Keaton Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown run, but it was the big pass play that Maddox Berry finally connecting on a deep ball as it went 46 yards to Standridge and flipped the field a little bit. Cyclone player is hobbling off field. I think that's number 7, Brandon Flores. So that's what the delay is. Now Cyclone offense coming out on the field as Russellville will have it at their own 35-yard line. Olsen in there at quarterback. They'll turn and hand this one off, and Russellville will get a couple yards. You wonder how much Cody McNabb and the Devil Dog defense made some adjustments because, look, he's a defensive guru just like Coach Wheeler, and making adjustments in that extended halftime and how it would affect Russellville running the football. They've kind of kept us in check a little bit on these first couple drives.
Well, we keep attacking that left side of the offensive line, and we gained 3 at that time on that play.
I believe it was Ladarius Prince getting those 3 yards. Bad snap here. Prince is going to get the handoff and nowhere to go. That snap threw off the timing a little bit as Olsen had to snag it with his right hand, and Russellville going backwards. Gain 3 on first down, loose 3 on that one. And so 3rd down and 10 for the Cyclones.
3rd down and 11.
Russellville had a big pass play on their first drive of the second half of 33 yards that yielded no points, but they might need another big play here, passing or running. We'll see. But Russellville looking at 3rd and 10 from their 35-yard line. Empty backfield as man goes in motion. Olsen back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. Throw across the middle. It's complete. Enough for the first down. I think that was Ross Thompson. I can't tell.
Number 15, Thompson,
Yeah.
You're right.
Ross Thompson on his first catch tonight. That's enough for a Russellville first down of 12 yards. They needed 10. And Jeremiah Ross Thompson with the catch.
That first down is sponsored by
Second time he's been targeted tonight. First time he's hauled it in. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the third. Cyclones leading by 2. They needed that. After a big touchdown drive by Morrilton, you don't want to go 3 and out. If you don't score, you at least want to eat up a little bit of clock and keep that Devil Dog defense on the field and their quarterback off the field. Man in motion is Ross Thompson. They're going to turn and run the option. Nothing there. Olsen's going to have to make something out of nothing. He does. He drags a tackler at midfield and into Devil Dog territory at the 49. Pick up a 4 yards on the play.
Again, that looks like a busted play.
Yeah, I like that little spin option move there. Olsen, 16 carries for 146 yards.
2nd down and 6 at the Devil Dog 49-yard line.
2nd and 6. I like these more manageable 2nd and 6 situations because then you can throw the football if you want to.
Olsen dancing on one leg. It looks like he might have had it pinned under him when they took him down.
High snap, brings it down. I think he gave it to Ross Thompson running left side. He'll get to the 45-yard line. I think that was 15.
It was.
He's running the football there. Picks up 4 yards. 3rd and 2 coming.
Again to that left side.
Ross Thompson on the carry.
The heavy package coming in for the Cyclones. Nicholas Hallmark, number 47. Ethan Bartlett, number 43. And Jackson Booker, number 45. Also Max Mitchell, number 96. Cyclones going heavy here. Technically, that was only a 3-yard gain because the ball not quite touching the 45-yard line. So 3rd down and a short 3. Low snap. They're going to hand it off. Prince, a lot of yards there as he got the first down. He didn't hit somebody till he got to the linebacker, and he stuck his head down, and the lineman is slow to get up for Morrilton as Ladarius Prince finally brought down at the 35-yard line after the 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, he ran over that lineman, and he was a little slow getting up and bent over a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was Boyer, was it? Or Lester. That's came off holding a shoulder or arm or something.
Yeah.
Prince actually picked up 11 yards on the play and converted the 3rd down for the Cyclones as Russellville tonight is 5 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Prince now 11 carries for 48 yards. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third. A handoff straight up the middle. Prince once again. He'll pick up 5 yards inside the 30. Russellville churning out yards now.
Leading that blocking was number 47, Hallmark, right up the middle.
You know, the Cyclones' winning time of possession, Coach Wheeler tells me it doesn't matter, but it's 21 minutes to 8 minutes before this drive started. He said look at the plays because that's when they're out there taking a pounding, bringing down tacklers. 49 plays for the Cyclones, 32 for the Devil Dogs. Again, that's because of that one turnover, but also because when they ran that kickoff back for a touchdown, that's been a detriment for them. 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard pickup by Prince. They'll turn and give it to Ladarius once again. He's going to lose yardage back to the 31. A couple of yards and another 3rd down coming.
Tony Gay on the tackle.
Seems like this quarter, going up the middle, it just hadn't been there in this quarter.
Yeah, Darian Tony Gay, number 33, 51 tackles last year, their third most, and they've been able to handle him somewhat, number 33 there, but not that time. He got through the line a little bit and spun Prince down for a 2-yard loss. 3rd and 6 coming. Under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Play clock down to 8 on 3rd down. Prince. Nope, they're going to go with Olsen. He turns to throw it, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass. It was. He ran back to throw it, and Olsen is still down. He took a lick. His ribs were exposed a little bit on that pass. Incomplete pass.
4th down and 6.
And he's helped up, and he's hobbling off a little bit. 4th and 6 here for the Cyclones. Prince coming off, but Olsen staying on. So the Cyclones may be going for it on 4th down here. Again, from here, it's a 48-yard field goal. You don't want to punt from the 31. Minute 19 left to play in the third, but Cyclones looking at 3rd down and 6. They need the 25 for a 1st down. Go for it or pooch kick. We'll see. Olsen. They're going to go for it. He's going to roll. He's going to throw the screen pass, and it's going to be incomplete. That was almost intercepted by Morrilton. Jeremiah Smallwood, the safety, came up. And Russellville has turned the ball over on downs.
Yeah, that ball floated a little bit too much for Olsen. They had a chance of picking it off, just couldn't get their hands on it.
So Cyclones turn it over on downs, and Morrilton's thinking they have a chance to take the lead back. And they do. 1:15 left to play here in the third as they have the ball at their own 36-yard line. Russellville had been up 2 scores. Devil Dogs scored on their first possession. Here's their second possession. They're going to hand the ball off to Criswell, who's got some room along the left side. Breaks a tackle, but Brandon Flores, who's back out on to the field, slings him down at the 35-yard line after the 4-yard pickup.
On the carry, Flores on the tackle. 2nd down and 6. At the Devil Dog 35.
2nd and 6, a 4-yard pickup. 3 receivers to the right for Maddox Berry. He's going to roll to his right. A lot of space over there. They roll the pocket. He's going to heave it downfield. He's got a man there, and it's incomplete. He threw it short. Otherwise, he had Standridge open. There's a flag back at the line of scrimmage, but Standridge goes down. He came up hobbling a little bit, and it looks like, I don't know if he got his ankle stepped on or if he's got a cramp. He's holding up his left leg all the way down here at the 14-yard line. We have a flag back, which is probably in the area of holding, but we'll have to wait and see.
Looked like an illegal receiver downfield. I believe that's what
they're talking to Coach Wheeler, which means, do you want to take the penalty or want to decline it? Declines, it's 3rd and 6. And he's wanting to get, okay, how many yards would it be moved back? Is what he's wanting to know. Boy, this is a decision. Do you make it 3rd and 6 or 2nd and 16? And he's going to decline it.
Yeah.
I think I'd do the same thing. Yeah, that means a lineman got across. And you could do that if they get more than 2 yards away from the line of scrimmage, as long as your pass is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. But that was heaved all the way downfield. And I think it was a cramp for Jamarcus Standridge, but he hobbles off and he's out of the game. That's a blow for them. 3rd down and 6 for the Devil Dogs. This is a big point in this game here. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Russellville just 1 down lineman, make it 2. And they're going to do inside handoff. They got a lot of room. They're going to pick up the 1st down and more. Criswell at midfield. He's at the 45-40, and he's going to take it all the way to the 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. It sure looked like a receiver from Morrilton took off running before the snap. I was looking for a flag. Kind of caught me off guard when I didn't see it. But no flag, and they go 65 yards for the score.
Well, I thought the same thing, and I thought that in the first half. Seemed like their line was moving before the snap.
Well, this was a slot receiver that was inside there on the 35-yard line. He took off running before the snap, it sure looked like. And like I said, they did the inside handoff, but I was missing the play because I was looking for a yellow flag on the field. Didn't see it. The extra point, the high snap is low and causes them to miss. And so it's a 33-29 Devil Dogs lead. They scored the last 13 points. We'll take a break. 24 seconds left to play in the third. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Russellville.
It's John here at Huntington Learning Center in Russellville, and I'm excited to share how we're making a real difference for families right here in the River Valley. Parents are saying things to us like, my child is finally excited to learn again. Whether your student needs to catch up, stay sharp, or boost a good ACT score even higher, Huntington's personalized programs can help them thrive.
Call Huntington Learning Center at 1-800-CAN-LEARN or visit huntingtonhelps.com today.
Welcome back. Morrilton scoring touchdowns on their first 2 drives of the second half, and they have taken a 33-29 lead. They go 69 yards in 3 plays. Braylon Criswell, a 65-yard touchdown run on a 3rd down play. The extra point was missed by Eklaz. But Russellville led by 9. They're down by 4. They got to find a way to get some points because Morrilton's not going to go away. They score a lot of points. They gave up more points last year than they ever have. Morrilton did 32 points a game last year. They scored a lot to make up for it, picking up 9 wins. Hibbler going to catch this one again a little bit over his head across the 20 is where he caught it. He's now across the 40 to the 41-yard line. He's consistently gaining 15 yards or so or more on kickoffs as he gets to the 41. 21 yards on the return.
He's getting a workout tonight.
18 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Russellville trailing 33-29. This third quarter's belonged to Morrilton. Russellville dominated all the yards in the first half, but been stagnant here a little bit, getting things going. They've had 2 drives that ended in a missed field goal and a turnover on downs. Olsen, tight line on left side, low snap, able to pick it up. Does the handoff here to Ladarius, and he'll get across the line of scrimmage to the 44-yard line, pick up a 3 on the play.
Prince did a good job planting his foot and breaking back to the left by the time he hit the line of scrimmage, and that's what got him an extra yard or 2.
Yeah, there's a player down, but they let the clock roll out. I don't know why they did that, but there's a player down for Russellville. We're going to take a break because it's the end of the third quarter. Russellville trailing 33-29 after 3 quarters of play. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Russellville is known for its rich heritage and historic downtown, surrounded by scenic lakes, hiking trails, and breathtaking views of Arkansas. We're proud to have called this community home for over 50 years. With multiple generations of our family growing up here, it's truly been a blessing. The same commitment to our hometown is what drives us every day at our dealership. Whether you're looking for the strength of a Chevrolet, the dependability of a GMC, or the trust and reliability of a Toyota, we're here to help you find that perfect vehicle for your journey. As a family-owned dealership, we believe in treating every customer like our own. Phil Wright Autoplex in Russellville.
Back at the Farmers Co-op, and Mike Apple's along with us. Mike, whenever we're thinking about the Farmers Co-op, it's that variety that people love and the great selection that they'll find at their local co-op, East Main Russellville, also in Danville.
That's true. We have all the items for the farm and ranch, but we also have lawn and garden, pet supplies, just a very wide variety of products.
The Farmers Co-op in Russellville, exit 84 off Interstate 40, East Main, Russellville, also in Danville.
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter, but we still have the Cyclone player down, and so that's been a delay here, and he's up walking off under his own power. That's Bonilla. That's Danny Bonilla, number 77. And good to see him walking off under his own power, though. Russellville, as we start the fourth quarter, key situation here, key drive as they've given up. Morrilton scored the last 13 points to take the lead. How about this third quarter score? Bentonville West leading Greenwood 31-28. Alma has taken the lead as they've scored a couple touchdowns against Van Buren, 22-14 in that game. As we start the fourth, Russellville at the 44-yard line, technically, 2nd down and 7. Short 7, knows the football shy of the 45. Olsen, they're going to be a double handoff. Ball's on the turf, and Russellville can't cover it. It looks like Morrilton got it. No, the Cyclones able to backtrack and get it back. Looking for a little reverse action there, but the pitch just wasn't there. And I don't know who came up with it for the Cyclones.
Well, I think the Morrilton defense was in on it.
Third down.
They were in the backfield, and it's hard to run a reverse like that when the defense has already broken through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the fumble on the play, Russellville able to cover it, but the bad news is they lose 11 yards on the play. So 3rd down and 18, going back to their own 33-yard line. They need the Devil Dog 49 for a first down. Olsen drops the football. He looked like he was going to try to throw it, dropped it, and is covered by Morrilton at the 26. The second turnover of the night for Morrilton. It looks like he just patted the ball and almost patted it out of his hand there.
Well, they had a defensive man right there on him. If he had passed, he was going to get hit anyway, and I think he probably heard footsteps and just a bad break for the Cyclones.
Yeah, they need the defense to come up big here at Russellville. I think is going to call timeout. They're going to use their first timeout of the 3rd quarter as Morrilton with a 4-point lead going to take over after the turnover at the Cyclone 26. Cyclones need something big to happen here. We're going to take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The folks at Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air want to take a moment to not only thank you for your business, but also the opportunity to work for you and give your family whole house comfort. Every kind word that you put online and personal recommendation to your friends and family is appreciated. And customers like you are not only vital to their business, but vital to making our community as great as it is. From their family to yours, thank you from Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air.
Russellville turning the ball over deep in their own territory. Right here, you got to say turnover or just stop them and force them to kick a field goal. You cannot let them score a touchdown here because that would put you down by 2 scores. The Cyclones had taken a 29-20 lead, scoring 14 points in the 2nd quarter and shutting out Morrilton. In the 3rd quarter, it was all Morrilton as they scored 13 points to take a 33-29 lead. They have the ball at the Cyclone 26-yard line after the 2nd fumble of the night by the Cyclone offense. Maddox Berry going to put his running back in front of him and down the line. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Berry slipping a tackle, and he's going to slide down inside the 20. Did not want any part of getting hit there. I don't blame him. But he gets at the 20. Where you start your slide is where they mark you down, so a 6-yard pickup for Maddox Berry.
2nd down and 5.
That's his 3rd carry for 25 yards.
That's 2nd down and 3 at the Cyclone 20-yard line.
Berry will hand this one off to Criswell, and nothing doing. He's going to be stopped back there behind the line of scrimmage. He went down awkward, and he's up hobbling. That's the way he went down. I thought he's injured, but he seems to be okay now. And Criswell loses some big yards. Big play for the Cyclones there. I didn't call that because I thought he was injured.
I thought his offensive lineman stepped on his foot.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, loss of 4 on the play, so it's back to 3rd and 8. Berry for the Devil Dogs going to roll out to his right. He's going to heave this one toward the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Another dropped pass. Now, that was a little tougher, but that was over the shoulder, and that was there for Dante Cox.
Callahan defending on the play. 4th down.
And so that brings up 4th down and 8 there. And so from here, it's a 40-yard field goal. If they want to try for it. Yeah, I think they may go for it too. You think if you kick the field goal, though, you're up 7. It's 4th down and a short 8. The ball technically at the 24-yard line because it has not touched the 23 yet. But they're going to go for it. Look, they've missed an extra point and had an extra point block. Probably not a lot of confidence in their kicking game right now. Empty backfield, and now Morrilton going to call timeout. They're going to think it over. 10:01 left to play here in the ball game. Russellville trailing by 4. We'll take a quick break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Feltner's Athletes Corner Moonlight Madness sale is now in progress. Save half off or more on footwear from Nike, Asics, Brooks, New Balance, Keen, and Chaco. Save half off or more on apparel from the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Mountain Khaki, Kavoo, Under Armour, Nike, and many more. Feltner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main Street in Russellville. Open 9:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday. All sales during this special savings event are final.
The Devil Dogs using their first time out of the second half. Both teams now with 2, but a big play for both teams right now. The Devil Dogs leading 33-29. Morrilton looking at 4th down and 8 from the Cyclone 24-yard line. With 10 minutes, 1 second left to play here in the ball game. Cyclone defense really need to hold them here. Don't want to give up first down, get back out there. This drive happened after the turnover by the Cyclone offense. Defense trying to help them out. Empty backfield as Criswell goes in motion, lines up as a split back. A throw across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Incomplete, and Russellville has caused Morrilton to turn the ball over on downs for the second time tonight. Morrilton's wanting pass interference or holding or something, but I tell you, if we didn't cover him, that ball wouldn't have been complete. It was behind him and at his feet. I don't know where Maddox Berry was actually throwing that.
I was watching receiver. I don't know if he got that much pressure or not, but there's good coverage by the Cyclone secondary. But you're right, the pass was bad anyway.
Yeah, it was horrible. And so the Cyclones hold. That's got to be a big boost for your team. You fumble the ball, and Morrilton takes over at our 26. They gain a total of 2 yards, turn the ball over on downs. They're 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions. The Cyclones with 9:57 left, trailing here by 4. Snap, bad snap. It rolls back to Olsen. He's going to pick it up and just take off running. He's across the 25-30, cuts back at the 35. He's got some room. Back in midfield, cuts back to his left, and he's drugged down at the 40-yard line of Morrilton.
Olsen Patton on the carry.
You know, maybe that was the plan. Roll the snap back and just take off. 36 yards on the run for Olsen. He gets 36 yards to the 40-yard line. He has 18 carries for 175 yards. That's close to his career high, right? I mean, last year, checking that against Southside, he had 139 yards on just 9 carries last year. What's funny is in that same ball game against Southside, he actually had 100 yards receiving, too. He was busy that night. 9 carries, 8 receptions, 249 total yards last year.
Clock's down to 1.
Yeah, change at quarterback here as this is Ross Thompson. He'll turn and hand the ball off as they're giving Marcellus Olsen a breather here. And I think that was Ladarius Prince that was the ball carrier. He gets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line as the Cyclones flip the field. They're at Devil Dog 38, 2nd and 8 coming. Russellville taking their time here. They're like, hey, how about another 7-minute drive and stick the ball in the end zone?
You know, on that low snap, I was watching the Morrilton defense. They overran that ball. They thought they were going to be able to get it, but Olsen picked it up and took off and ran right past them.
2nd and 8, Ross Thompson again at quarterback. He'll turn and hand this one off to Prince and nothing doing. He's going to gain a yard. No, he's going to lose a yard at the 39-yard line. So Olsen goes out. Figure probably, I hope it's just he's tired, but then I look down and no, he's on the trainer's table. So the Cyclones running out of quarterbacks. Of course, Lucas Stokes is out for the season. Cash Booker lost him in the second quarter, and now Marcellus Olsen over on the trainer's table. And so Russellville looking at 3rd down and 9 at the 39-yard line of the Devil Dogs. Boy, bad time for that. Play clock down to 12. And Russellville looking at the clock almost like they're going to let this run all the way down and take a timeout. I think that's what's going to happen. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They'll call timeout here. 7:49 left to play here in the ball game. Russellville trailing by 4, facing a big 3rd down. We come back and take a quick break. This is Cyclone football on the EAB Sports Network.
Are you looking for a new career? Since 1982, Arkansas Beauty College has provided well-rounded education for your future success, allowing you to be your own boss, just like Sharon Callahan, who owns HairTech Studios.
My educators, I had 2 of them, were very inspiring, and everybody helped me out and helped me through it, and they always encouraged us all to do our very best. By the time I got out of beauty school, I thought I could apply for a job anywhere in this town.
Welcome back to Cyclone Stadium, the Alathus Realty broadcast booth. Buying or selling your home has never been easier. Call our friends at Alathus Realty. Looking at Marcellus Olson, he got up off the trainer's table. I don't know if he's going back in the game or not, but Russellville looking at 3rd down and 9 from the Devil Dog 39-yard line. Trailing by 4. Here was 7:49 left to play in the ball game.
I think he is going to go back in. He's there in the huddle on the sideline.
Well, then that's why Russellville let the clock run all the way down, take the timeout. They may just need him in there just to be a decoy, or he may. I don't know. He's walking fine. Seems to be fine. Prince is in there. Might be hobbling a little bit. Ladarius, tight formation. No receivers. You got the heavy package here on 3rd down and 9. Man in motion. I think that's Ethan Bartlett. Olson. Well, he's going to run it behind the left side. He's going to duck up in and get inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. So not much there. Cyclones trailing by 4, looking at 4th down and long here. You almost have to go for this here. 7.5 to go.
Yeah.
Trailing by 4, you have 1 timeout. I mean, you could pooch kick it and pin them back, but we'll see. They are making some change here, and Ross Thompson coming back in. They went with a heavy package there with no wide receivers. They're coming back out with at least 3 here. Perez, Ross Thompson on the far side. And Julius Thompson, number 5, on the near side, the short side of the field. Play clock is at 6. You got to hurry. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Cyclones get the snap off. Marcellus, he's going to throw this one up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete. Boy, there was a lot of hold over there. Morrilton is held, but it sure looked like there should have been a flag there. There was a lot of contact. It looked like Kamaris Criswell, number 27, had a good hold of the jersey of Julius Thompson, and they just let that play through. You can't do that. That's defensive holding, pass interference, whatever you want to call it.
Well, it happened at a bad place. It happened right in front of the official. And but you're right. It was pretty obvious. I think everybody saw it.
Russellville had been flagged for 2 holding penalties on the same drive, and there was less holding on theirs. It was a good call back then, but there was just as much holding on that one. Cyclone defense needs to step up, needs a 3 and out or a turnover. They're going to hand it off to Criswell, and he breaks free. He's down the left sideline. He may go. He's at the 40, 30, 25, 20, cuts back, and he's going to go the distance on the first play from scrimmage, 62 yards. A bad play for Russellville that went against him with no flag, and then the next play, Criswell takes it 62 yards for the score, and now Russellville down 2 scores as it's 39-29, pending the extra point.
It'd be very tempting for the coaching staff to have a little talk with a line judge on that one.
Well,
the previous
6:44 left. Now you got to score. And score quick, leave yourself some time. And Russellville's offense is not wide open passing, and it's botched or no it. They're going for 2 here. They're going to run it for the corner, and they're going to get in for the 2-point play. That was number 8, Dominic McCoy. They got the 2-point play. Devil Dogs up by 12. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast, see what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
Morrilton going for 2 there, and the book says do not go for 2 there. And I think that was a call play. That was not the right call for Morrilton, but it went in their favor as they lead by 12 instead of 10. They lead the Cyclones 41-29 on that scoring summary. Morrilton goes 62 yards in 1 play. Braylon Criswell, 62-yard touchdown run. And again, it just kind of reeling a little bit off that fourth down play that didn't go Russellville's way with a lot of contact that would have given Russellville first down had they called it. But Morrilton has not beaten the Cyclones in Cyclone Stadium since the year 2000. It's looking bleak for the Cyclones here as we trail by 12 with 6:44 left and one timeout, but got to get something good. How about a good return here? It's going to one hop and picked up at the 21-yard line across the 30. This is Ross Thompson. Still on his feet at the 35, gets to the 40-yard line. And Russellville will start there after the 19-yard return by Ross Thompson. No, sorry, Sam Callahan is what they say. And another player down for Russellville. Miss one a cramp. See this a lot in the early games. And 6:38 left to play here in the ball game. This will allow Russellville kind of get settled a little bit. Know what they have to do. They're going to put the ball down to the 39-yard line, so it was an 18-yard return. Next week, we're back here at Cyclone Stadium as Russellville will host Greenbrier. As close as these two schools are, they don't play much in football. This is only the fourth meeting between the two schools next week, and it'll be the fourth in a row, all in a row. They hadn't played until 4 years ago. The first two meetings were a conference game. That's what it took to play them in football. They play a lot in baseball and basketball. But Greenbrier had moved up in the 6A for a couple years, 22 and 23. Cyclones have not lost against the Panthers. Last year beat Greenbrier 10-7 at their place. It was a non-conference game. But we'll be back here at Cyclone Stadium. Last time that Russellville opened with two home games was back in 2018, Morrilton and Springdale Harbor. Greenbrier coached by Randy Tribble, another coach that our Dave Wheeler knows quite well, as he coached at Harding for over a decade. Tribble did. But he's been at Greenbrier for the last 18 years. I think this is 18th season for the Panthers. Cyclones take over at their own 39-yard line, trailing by 12. 6:38 left to play here in the ball game. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Olsen, the quarterback. Here comes the blitz. Back to pass. He's going to have to step up in the pocket, looking to run. Still behind the line of scrimmage. He'll tuck it and run left side and get out of bounds for a loss of one on the play. When he stepped up in the pocket, they had linebackers there to meet him. They've made really good adjustments. Russellville has not scored here in the second half. They could not contain the Cyclones' running game. They bent a little, but haven't broken here in the second half. I'm going to look at the first half stats and be able to tell you the third and fourth quarter stats here in just a moment. But on second down and 10, Callahan will get it right side, cuts back left. He's got a little bit of an opening. He's dragging a tackler, but they drag him down by his jersey at the 48-yard line.
Callahan on the carry.
He's very close to a first down, about a yard or
Ross on the
about a yard short, yard and a half.
And one.
Russellville had 213 yards rushing at the half. They've got 289 for the game here, so a little over 70 here. And here's a first down run by Sam Callahan, angling left sideline. He's going to step out of bounds to stop the clock in Morrilton territory at the 33-yard line.
Callahan on the carry.
Well, he ran to that left side. There was nobody out there.
I think he might have been untouched. He's got 62 yards on 10 carries. I like the fact that he got out of bounds because you got to think about the clock when you're down two scores like this. 5:56 left to play here in the ball game, and Cyclones can take their time when that happens. I'm going to say they're not a score-quick type team unless they break one, and they've broken a few tonight. Got one there for 19 yards. Olsen will bring a man in motion. This is Ross Thompson. Back to pass. Marcellus drops the football as he was hit, and it's going to be covered by Morrilton at the 36-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Morrilton comes up with it.
Recovered by the Devil Dogs. Ethan Lawrence.
Ethan Lawrence is the one that came up with it. And the Devil Dogs recover the third Cyclone turnover tonight.
The 36-yard line.
Now we're totaling this here a little bit, so that's why the silence 5:52 left to go in the game, and that one really hurts. The Cyclones down 12, and now it's got to be a quick 3 now to return over. Said that last time, and Morrilton scored on one play, and now we have a very late flag. Russell looked like they were jumping at the line. If they got across, if they're going to call offsides here, it's a very late flag, and that's what they are going to call here. And they're going to mark it off against the Cyclones, so it'll be 1st and 5 for the Devil Dogs. 5:52 left to play in the game. The Cyclones, 2 turnovers here in the second half, 3 for the game. They have less than 100 yards rushing here in the second half. They had 213 in the first half. They've got 305 for the game, but Morrilton's made some adjustments and kept Russellville off the scoreboard here in the second half. Thompson will get it on the sweep. Same play they ran with Criswell to score, but this time doesn't score, but he gets in Cyclone territory at the 45-yard line. There is a flag back at the 42, right at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a hold on Morrilton. So 1st down and 15 as they'll move him back. Maddox Berry, the all-world quarterback for Morrilton, Russellville has done a very good job on him. He does have 1 touchdown pass, a big pass play, and a big screen play. That's been all. He's 4 of 17 for 104 yards.
South side 27, north side 7. In the fourth quarter, Alma 22.
I've noticed these Morrilton players, anytime there's a call against them, they like to talk to the official. That may get them a little bit of hot water as the season goes on.
They're trying to start the clock, but the clock's rolling now. It's 1st down and 14 after the 10-yard penalty.
Lamar 35.
They make it a 9-yard penalty. They haven't marked off the correct yards.
No.
In the third quarter.
Because it was a 5-yard penalty against the Cyclones, and it's supposed to be a 10-yard penalty, but to put it back at the 32, it's 2nd and 14. Or sorry, 1st and 14 on that. 2nd and 12 after that pickup.
In the third quarter, Knoxville 21, Heber Springs 0.
They get to the 35-yard line, so 2nd down and 11. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. I bet they're just going to run the football. Why throw it here? Not that you think your quarterback's going to throw an interception, but he's thrown 13 incompletions, and that would stop the clock. 4:45 left. They're milking the play clock down. It's at 5 seconds right now. Berry, he's going to hand it off, and a big hole there. They got the 1st down and a whole lot more as Keaton Robinson is tackled in Cyclone territory for a big gain all the way down to the 48-yard line of Russellville. That's a gain of 17 yards. He's got 49 yards on 7 carries, and they can run some more time off the clock. Russellville does have 1 timeout left, but the Devil Dogs leading 41-29 here. Russellville led at half, 29-20, but 3 touchdowns for Morrilton here in the second half. They had a 2-point conversion after the missed extra point. It's been 3 scores. Man in motion with 3 seconds left. They'll stop him there. They'll hand it off to Robinson once again. This time he's going to be dropped for a loss. I think that was Booker. I'm not sure. It looked like 45 on that stop.
I believe you're right on that.
Robinson on the carry.
It loses 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. No, I say Max Mitchell. I thought it was Booker.
It looked like, and number 6, Haney, was there.
Ethan Haney. Haney's got 5 college offers: Arkansas Tech, McPherson, Southwest Baptist, Denison, Graceland out of Iowa. I think his dad said he's going to recruiting visit to Missouri Southern, and then about 3 weeks, he's going to tour William and Mary. Here's the handoff to Robinson, bumps up to his own man, and he's got breaking free, and he's going to go and all the way for a 50-yard touchdown run. 50 yards for the score, and that's the nail in the coffin right there for Morrilton as they lead at 47-29 with 3:11 left. Big plays for Morrilton, and that's what Coach Wheeler talked to us about. He said, forget stopping the run, whatever, we've got to stop the big plays. Russellville has struggled at times on that. You had the big kickoff return for a touchdown, a screen pass for a touchdown, and now that's 3 big runs, 3 runs of 40 yards or more for a score. Ekelas on to try the extra point. He's missed one, had one blocked. That one barely squeaking over the crossbar. They didn't have much room there. But he does get it through. 48-29. The Devil Dogs lead it here with 3:11 left. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Well, folks, summer's here, and it's already hotter than a billy goat at a pepper patch. But don't you fret. Beat the summer heat with a sweet treat from Gene's Simple Treats. Whether you want cupcakes, cookies, brownies, and yes, sir, even sugar-free, gluten-free, and keto-friendly goodies, Gene's has treats that can't be beat. And gee whiz, Gene's now has handmade ice cream in classic summertime flavors. So swing on by Parkway Drive next to Stovey's and treat yourself the old-fashioned way at Gene's Simple Treats.
Southside shutting out Northside in the fourth quarter by a score of 20-0. Van Buren has scored, but they still trail by 8, 29-21. Greenwood has scored. They take a 4-point lead over Bentonville West, 35-31 in the fourth quarter. Here, the Devil Dogs have scored 28 points in the second half to take a 48-29 lead over Russellville. It's going to look like a blowout, but that's not the way it was. The Cyclones led by 9 at halftime. Here on the kickoff, this is Callahan here. He stutter steps his way to the 42-yard line. 21 yards on the return. Well, Morrilton has not beaten Russellville at Cyclone Stadium since the year 2000. They did win one game in Russellville. The Cyclones and the Devil Dogs actually played back-to-back season openers as part of the Hootens Classic at Arkansas Tech in 04 and 05. The Cyclones won the one in 04 by 6. Morrilton won 32-17 in 05. Since then, the Devil Dogs, since 2005, have only won 6 matchups, and all of them have been at Devil Dog Stadium. The string stops tonight as they're going to pull this one away. Russellville will have the ball at the 43-yard line. Still try to work on some things. Low snap and going to be covered by the Cyclones back at the 40-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Well, you don't want to say these games don't mean anything because it means something. You're lined up, you want to play, you want to win, all that. But as far as making state playoffs, it doesn't mean anything. You got to finish in the top 6. Those games don't start for another few weeks, but Russellville has some positives to build on. They got some things they need to work on. A couple more tune-up games before conference. Back to pass. They're going to heave one downfield, and it's going to be incomplete, and still no flag there. That was less contact as the one that we were wanting back when it was still a game. They were going to Jalen Thompson there.
Well, the pass was a little underthrown. A little too much air underneath the ball, but again, this is the first game Olsen's played at quarterback, and so he's going to learn.
Well,
he's going to learn.
It might not have mattered, but the pass interference that should have been called, it was a 4-point game at the time, and Russellville needed that because it would have extended their drive because it was a 4th down play, and since then, the Devil Dogs, just the dam broke a little bit. Olsen back to pass on the play action, nowhere to go. He's going to roll to his right, throwing out, complete a screen pass there at the 45, 50-yard line, and I think that was Danny Brown that is tackled over there. Devil Dogs celebrating on the big hit, but Brown was the one that laid the punishment on their guy because they has to get up slowly over on that far side.
4th down and 3.
Pretty sure that was Brown on the catch, number 11.
Yeah.
He gets to the 49-yard line of Russellville. It'll be 4th down and 4. Ball not quite at the 50-yard line.
And you know, on that no-call pass interference, Morrilton scored on the very first play.
Yep, very next play. And he's got Morrilton to jump in the neutral zone, and that's going to give us a first down via the penalty. It'll be the 20th first down for the Cyclones. The 6th penalty on Morrilton for 40 yards. The Cyclones have been penalized 9 times for 65 yards.
First down, sponsored by Phil Wright Auto Repair.
First down for the Cyclones. They're going to run it. Marcellus Olson breaking a tackle at the 40. He's at the 30. Cutting back there at the 25, 20, 15. Stiff arms a man there inside the 10. Big run for Marcellus Olson.
Olson Patton on the carry. Delph on the tackle. Timeout. Injury timeout.
Injury timeout. A Cyclone player slow to get up. A lot of these injuries, you always think it's cramps on the first game, but our thoughts are with Cash Booker, who went down in the second quarter. That run of 39 yards got all the way down to the 6-yard line. They do have an injury timeout, even though the player is up. And on the sideline.
I think that was Olson. He put his helmet back on and limping a little bit. I think they're going to keep him out of this play. You got
1st and goal here with 1:22 left. Cyclones at the 6-yard line. Yeah, it looks like Jaden Foster. Number 9. Going to fake it and keep it himself. Running left side, and he's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown.
Brown. Touchdown, Russellville.
Foster scores from 6-yard out. They call him Jerron Brown, but
that was Jaden Foster,
from 6 yards, and he gets his first rushing touchdown tonight. And Russellville is not going to be shut out of the second half here as they score the touchdown, and they have 35 points, and now they're going to reset the 40-second shot clock here with 1:17 left, and now a timeout called by Russellville. They did not have the personnel in there. So we're going to take a quick timeout. Be right back. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Russellville School District has opportunities for you. Russellville School District currently has openings for custodial positions. Shifts are 2 in the afternoon until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday with an 11-month contract. This position has benefits, paid sick time, personal time, and retirement plans included. Insurance is offered. Russellville School District, achieving excellence together. Call 968-1306 or visit rsdk12.net to apply online and join the team.
Well, Cyclones have some things to build on, have some things I'm sure they want to talk about and correct before they host Greenbrier next week. Their lone road game that's non-conference will be at Sylvan Hills. This year, the Cyclones welcome Morrilton and Greenbrier, but as far as conference goes, they'll host Greenwood, Shiloh Christian, and Lake Hamilton. So just 3 conference games at home. They'll go on the road to Van Buren, Mountain Home, Southside, and Siloam Springs. Russellville going to go for 2 after the touchdown run by Jaden Foster. Little forward pass there, and it's not going to make the corner, and so the Cyclones fail on the 2-point play. Russellville trailing 48-35. We'll take a break with 1:17 left. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
17 seconds to play.
Since 1971, Sorrell's Body Shop's top priority has been customer satisfaction. The folks at Sorrell's get the job done right by providing their customers state-of-the-art equipment and highly skilled professional service technicians. The mission at Sorrell's is to deliver the most professional, ethical, highest quality service while giving back to their community every day. Sorrell's Body Shop, proudly supporting the Russellville school system. Go Cyclones!
The Cyclones on that scoring drive. They go 57 yards in 5 plays in 1:54. Jaden Foster, a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point play failed. But Russellville trailing here by 13. Russellville will kick it away, and Morrilton sure could probably just take a couple knees after this kickoff and be done. The Cyclones led 29-20 at the half. But Morrilton, 28 straight points to really flip this game around and just kind of has the crowd and the Cyclones stunned a little bit. They're going to onside kick it. It's going to be touched by Morrilton. Did the Cyclone get it before they get out of bounds?
Yes, they did.
It sure looked like it. They did.
They did.
For some reason, Morrilton came up and tried to grab the football.
First down and 10. Russellville.
Yeah, it went off the Morrilton player's hands, went straight up in the air. Russellville was there and came down with it inbounds. I'm sure that doesn't make the Morrilton coach real happy.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And why would you do that? So the Cyclones have it at the at midfield, actually. Yeah, if they lets it go, I don't know if it goes. It might go out of bounds. But Cyclones will have it after that miscue by Morrilton. So the Cyclones trail by 13. Trying to stick another touchdown on the board. Empty backfield for Olsen, who's back in at quarterback. He's got to roll out of the pocket, and he'll step out of bounds along left side after a pickup of 2 or 3 yards.
You know that Morrilton defense has to be winded. Chasing Olsen, chasing Foster. I mean, chasing Callahan. They've really put it to that defense.
Yeah, and Russellville 70 plays to Morrilton's 44. But again, like last year, Morrilton won the game by 5, but Russellville led every statistical category except the score. And that's kind of not been that way tonight, but been a lot that way. Russellville's led a lot of categories. Olsen rolling out, and he's going to throw this one away, and he's sacked back or hit back at the 40-yard line. There's a flag on the play. Actually, I think there's 2 flags on the play, and Olsen's slow to get up. That's a painful way to complete that, and I think it's going to be a hold on Russellville.
Well, Morrilton's trying to say he threw it away. Nobody, but Prince was in the area.
Yeah, I think they're talking to McNabb about if you want to decline it or not. And it's hold against Russellville, and he's going to push him back.
10-yard penalty.
Yeah, you kind of given a little bit when you have a player hanging on you if you're a quarterback. They're going to put it back at the 43-yard line. So a 10-yard walk-off there after the hold. Russellville looking at 2nd and 17 with 1:05 left to play. Here in the ball game, trailing by 13. Olsen back to pass. Tries to step up in the pocket, nothing there. He's going to roll out to his right, get some room, and he's going to be tackled after a pickup of a yard or 2.
On the carry.
Marcellus he's taking a licking back there. Even when he gains yards, he's getting hit hard.
3rd down.
2 yards on the pickup, 3rd and 15. Make that 3rd and 16. The ball not quite at the 45-yard line. Russellville has to snap it at least one more time. There's 32 seconds left. Play clock at 20. 3rd and 16. Olsen will hand this off to Ladarius Prince, and he'll get to midfield and into Devil Dog territory at the 48-yard line. They'll stop the clock to, well, no, they won't. I would say they stop it there, but no, there was a player down. No, that was just the official there. And the clock's going to run out. Russellville's not going to snap it again, are they? They kind of line up. Morrilton got to get back on the field. They were starting to dance off, and their coach said, hey, wait a minute. They're going to run a play, and they're not. The clock runs out. The Cyclones lose it here by a score of 48-35. Morrilton celebrating. Look, it has been drilled in their heads all week about how they not have won here in 25 years. A little deceiving because they haven't played 25 consecutive games here. And Morrilton did beat Russellville at Arkansas Tech in 04, but they have not won at Cyclone Stadium in 2000. I'm sure that's been a big talking point for them this year. But it's back-to-back wins for the Devil Dogs, and that hasn't happened since 1999 through 2001. They won 3 in a row against Russellville. The Cyclones lose it here by a score of 48-35. We'll take a break, come back with your post-game show. This is Cyclone Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Twist the throttle, tame the trails, power through tough jobs. Honda's Ride Red Summer Sales Event is your chance to bring it home. And it's all happening now at Honda of Russellville. Explore Honda's rugged and reliable ATVs and side-by-sides, legendary street bikes, and full line of dependable off-road and adventure bike. Hurry to Honda of Russellville at 220 Lakefront Drive in Russellville today and save big on your dream Honda through September 30th. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side vents indoors when operating a side-by-side. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 and older.
Chambers Bank in Dardanelle is a full-service community bank that loves helping their community succeed and values their partnership with customers and businesses. Every relationship is important and starts with trust at Chambers Bank. They're available in person as a trusted local resource for your banking and financial needs, with 2 convenient branches in Dardanelle at 6th and Union and 4th and Union, or call 479-229-1505 to start community banking with Chambers Bank. Member FDIC.
KCJC, Dardanelle, Russellville.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is River Country, KCJC, an EAB Media Group radio station.
Well, there was a stretch there in the second half where Morrilton scored 4 touchdowns on 5 drives, and Russellville just could not overcome that. Russellville led by 9 at the half, but ended up losing it here at Cyclone Stadium tonight, 48-35. We'll give you the stats for the ball game. Russellville outgained Morrilton 483-457. For the Cyclones, they had 124 yards passing, 359 yards rushing. That was fantastic on, 72 plays to Morrilton's 44. The Devil Dogs, 457 yards, 104 passing. They really kept Maddox Berry in check. 353 yards rushing, though. 3 turnovers for the Cyclones, 2 turnovers for the Devil Dogs. The Cyclones, 6 of 15 on third down conversions. Morrilton, 4 of 7. Fourth down conversions, 3 of 5 for the Cyclones, 0 of 2 for Morrilton in for Morrilton in the ball game. 6 penalties for 40 yards on Morrilton, 10 for 75 on the Cyclones. Individually for Russellville, Marcellus Olson was 7 of 13 for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, 2 catches for Julius Thompson for 27 yards and a score. Jaron Brown had a catch for 33 yards for the Cyclones. I'm looking to see, and the Cash Booker had a catch, big catch for 29 yards. Nicholas Hallmark had a touchdown reception in the game. Running the football, Marcellus Olson's going to sleep well tonight. He had 213 yards on 25 carries. It's been a long time, at least over a year, since anybody has rushed for 200 yards in a ball game for Russellville. Ladarius Prince, 17 carries for 64 yards and a score. Sam Callahan, 10 carries for 62 yards and a score. For the Devil Dogs, Maddox Berry, 4 of 17 for 104 yards and a touchdown. Not impressive, I understand that. Jamarcus Standers, 2 catches for 90 yards and a score. I agree. It's not a big deal, not what they thought we were going to be, but here's the impressive one for Morrilton. Braylon Criswell, 15 carries, 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. Marcellus Olson rushed for 200 yards. Criswell rushed for 200 yards. Keaton Robinson almost got to the century mark. He had 97 yards on 9 carries and 2 scores. But it was that third and fourth quarter. Russ was just reeling a little bit when Morrilton scored 4 touchdowns, and that was all she wrote. Russellville did get a late score by Jaden Foster on the 6-yard touchdown run, but too little too late. The Cyclones lose it by 13 to Morrilton. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, we said at the beginning of the game, the first game you look for your strengths, you look for your weaknesses. I think that came out tonight. We saw what our strengths are. One thing is that left side of that offensive line, the strength of running the ball. Weaknesses, if you had nothing else, you had 3 turnovers. And here's the thing that really jumps out at me is the 9 penalties for 65 yards. You've got to cut back on that if you're going to expect to win games. The thing about Morrilton, we dominated that first half. I think we came out, Morrilton wasn't expecting it. Then they made some adjustments at halftime and did a good job there for a while. Our problem was our weakness, we could not stop the big play. They had 3 runs. They had a kickoff return. That's the big play that we could not control. And it just, once we got behind, it was hard to catch up. But I think this first game, we saw a lot. We saw a lot of strong points that this Cyclone team has. And I think we can expand on that. And I think we'll be able to be a good football team this season because of that.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Russell Cyclone football. Reminding you our next broadcast will be next week as the Cyclones will be back here at home against Greenbrier, non-conference matchup. We mentioned that the Cyclones are 3-0 all-time against the Panthers, playing the last 3 years, won 10-7 last year. Remember, that was on a Thursday night, too, last year. I'm glad we're not doing that this year. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock here at Cyclone Stadium. We'll be on the air with the Coaches Show a little after 6:30. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Also send a special thank you to our Chief Engineer, Stephen Berry, for heading up this broadcast tonight. This is River Country KCJC, Cyclone Booth, and EAB Sports, your home for all Cyclone sports all season long. Our final score from Cyclone Stadium tonight, it was Morrilton 48, Russellville 35. Stay tuned. You can hear the scoreboard show on KCJC beginning right now and rolling until midnight tonight. For Aaron Duval, Chase, and Maggie Canfield, and Stephen Berry, I'm Mickey Duval saying good night, God bless, and thank you, Tony Basil. So long, everybody.
Russellville Cyclone football is brought to you on River Country.